Hello, hello, hello out there, Internet land. We're very excited to return to the world of Dark Sun after a little bit of a summer vacation, if you will. Tonight's exciting night because we're starting a new chapter in our, well, not chapter so to speak, but story along the way. But I'm gonna let DM John take over because he's way more eloquent at this stuff, and frankly, probably recalls a lot more than I do. Even though I just rewatched the our last episode like 3 hours ago.
Last time there was okay. I was thinking about this. I was talking to Micah about it the other day, and it was like, okay, what the fuck happened? Half the episode was contract negotiations.
Yeah.
And
wrapping up business.
Trek into the jungle. Last time you guys had been inside Freedom. The Cult of Elemental Evil was destroyed. You had basically resolved all of your business there. Jesse, you had negotiated a contract with them to send the metal that they mined to the Resistance, and whatever overflow goes to Balak proper, so that you get the majority of the resources. But it looks as though that you are still successful in your mission to get trade reflowing again. After that, Miner had decided it was time to return to Honko Village to plant the seed.
To Honko down.
Honko down, and plant that seed for the future generations of halflings. And you guys had made your way up, through the mountainous area relatively easily. You guys had a small force of mercenaries and some cultists at your back.
We had bikes there. Every horn would go, honko, honko.
That is true. As you guys rode into the village, however, obvious distress looked like it had been under attack. The gates were broken open. Corpses of halflings were strewn across the streets. Strange piles of ash and other sort of weapons and armor laying across the fields. You guys have rescued a couple of other halfling druids that had escaped this attack by these creatures that came in the night, and they had led you to the tree, which you see had been defaced. There was a giant, your spirit animal, which I believe was a honey badger.
The honey badger, yes,
had been corrupted, and now a giant, it would have basically been turned to rubble, and a giant skull had been kind of carved in its place. As you guys were kind of coming to the terms of this attack, a shape kind of came out of the sky. A giant wasp flew down, and from the wasp jumped another halfling, kind of in a similar garb to your tribe, but a little bit different. She pulled out some daggers, tackled Jared, and asked, "Where are my people? Where are you keeping my people?" And since she kind of looked around and saw that you weren't creatures, she kind of pulled back and, withdrew. And that's where we left off.
Correct.
So, as you're standing there in front of the burned, kind of damaged tree of life, the creature that had tackled you, is now you recognize it as another halfling, kind of pulls back. She slides a dagger in one of her belt sheaths and kind of walks over down to where this giant wasp is parked, kind of milling around. And she's kind of looks off to the distance, like she's trying to think of what to do next.
Do I recognize her at all? Have I seen her before?
Can I make the roll too?
Sure.
Okay. Not a good way to start, but I still.
Oh.
What am I rolling?
Luck.
Perception.
Perception. Okay.
Oh, I went from a 1 to a 2.
I rolled a 2
Yeah,
too.
it's 100% improvement.
Got right. It's still a 14.
You recognize her dress as another tribe, the people of the clan AWOL more or less used forest creatures as their totems. A lot of the druids have that skull kind of motif that obviously your ally Pyrota has. This person has more of a decorative headband, kind of covered in stitching that depicts other sort of animals and whatnot. And obviously the giant insect, you see that now that you look is a mount of sorts. There's a saddle built in.
I would assume that we kind of would have known that the wasps are mounts.
You've never seen one before, but it's not. It wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility.
Okay.
This is bigger than like the paper wasp that you've seen Jared turn into. He turns into a wasp about this big. This one's like about 4 to 5 feet long.
Sheesh.
You know, it's not
Trying
about the
not to-
size of the wasp, John. It's how you use it.
Yeah.
Trying not to metagame, but I know that we're used in from that book.
Well, when you're trying to use a wasp to lift a boulder, it does matter the size of the wasp.
She kind of turns around. She says, "Well, obviously you're not the ones I'm looking for." Damn it! She kicks a stone and kind of walks back over to her mount, getting ready to get back on.
So it's not just this tribe?
No, it's mine too. A lot of tribes in the forest ridge have gone missing. I'm from up north. I'm from the cliffs. You kind of realize that she's talking about like the cliffs near the top of the. Like there's a long grassland that goes north, and a lot of it's uncharted territory. But there are some halfling tribes that live on the kind of the steppes and the mountainsides that lead down into the grasslands. So it makes sense that she has a kind of a more of a flying.
How long have I been away? How long has it been since I left here?
Your adventures in Balak started, I want to say, about 4 months ago,
Okay.
maybe 5 months ago.
So I could say 5-6 months.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm back. I'll ask, like, this is my home, or at least was my home, but I've been away for 5-6 months. What's going on?
She puts the daggers in and she, well, let's talk somewhere else. This is a little. She kind of gestures to the defaced tree. Let's get somewhere a little bit more comfortable, I guess.
Another quick side question for you. Would I know if it would be wise to mention I have a seed? Does somebody have a different tribe?
Oh, you're asking me that.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm asking you. Yeah.
It's a valuable item. You know, not every halfling tribe lives near a tree. Some of them just kind of scrape by with what they can. But I mean, Hanko Village was secluded enough that like they were kind of like that tree was like their main
Right.
support.
I'm just saying, like, if I mentioned I have a seed, that I wouldn't get attacked or try to steal it from me or anything.
I mean,
maybe,
but
I'll keep it quiet for now.
yeah.
All right.
As you kind of like walk off, I guess you'll lead her to like maybe the main druid grove there to the north. The other 2 halflings with you, I do not remember their names, so we're gonna come up with new ones right now.
I don't think I wrote it
Let's
down.
see. Did I write them in my
and
notes?
stuff.
Excuse
There's a couple
me.
other halflings with us?
A couple of other druids that got saved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saved one of them. Well, found one of them. I can't say I saved them, but
Let's
and
say
then hauled them back our way. But I don't remember a second one other than the one we're talking to. Yeah, because I went to the tree to the north and found somebody hiding out there.
Okay.
And we're in the tree in the
I don't
center.
remember that.
Yeah.
Totally forgot. I was going to rewatch
No,
the Tooth this week.
I
I've
would
been
have
so
forgotten
busy this
too,
week.
but yeah.
let's say Tombo and Bemis.
Tombo and Bamas.
Tombo and
Bamis.
Bemis. They are. Oh no,
Could they be Wambus and Bambus?
they are now Wambus and Bambus. They're brothers. Wambus and Bambus. Wambus. There we go.
Wambus.
Brothers. Wambus has a bear motif kind of skull, and Bambus has more of a lizard, like a large iguana skull. They lead you guys back to the druid circle. The only fortified building here. Jesse, your troops kind of like your cultists. I believe you brought some of your Myrmidons, right?
Yeah.
I brought a third of them plus the drowned, all of the drowned.
They kind of converge back to the tree, and they said that we don't find any signs of any creatures.
They don't like being called cultists, more like devotees.
devotees. Boosters. We're boosters.
Full-time employees.
We did
Employees
find a
imply they're
trail
being paid.
that led us
They
a
are
bit
by
to the
allowing
west.
to be live longer.
Some obvious
They're paid in
slaves were taken.
time.
So there might be. He kind of gestures at you. So there might have been some survivors taken. At this, the other halfling kind of perks up. Like, good. That's a good sign. I've been tracking signs of these creatures around. She kind of kicks a pile of ashes and you kind of realize that those piles of ashes are probably the creatures that she's talking about. As you kind of sift through one, you see like a broken part of a skull, and like it's got 2 long fangs like on the top of the.
Would I know about vampires? Is that something of a known
You would know,
quantity?
but the only give me a nature check.
Wouldn't this be an unnature?
Unnatural nature.
That's only a 9.
You've heard of moisture vampires. You've heard of like water vampires, but they're more like they're like a mutated salt creature, like kind of in the deep. You know, like in the deep deserts where like the wild magic lives. Like there can be some weird mutants out there that like the wilds themselves turn creatures into like all sorts of strange monstrosities. So you've heard of water vampires and moisture vampires, but you've never seen one.
I have a business idea. We find a water vampire and we use it to make jerky. It just sucks all the moisture out of the meat.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Ragnar, you got that one, man. That's all you.
I'm setting up shop here right
we,
now.
We call it rock gnaw. You get a gnaw on it.
As you guys are walking up, the bee kind of bumbles around, and
Bee kind of bumbles around.
you do have bumbles around. And as you guys walk in, you
one
do
for John.
notice a strange sort of shape that has settled kind of in the northern part of the woods. As you're like looking through the tree line, it looks like an orange flat pool of something has sort of like spread itself across like a small grove to the north.
As we're heading up, the hell is that?
Oh, he's my other friend.
Your friend with an orange puddle?
I'll show him to you later after we're done. Sure.
I look at Pyretta like,
I should introduce myself. My name's Rune. I'm a ranger of the Amok tribe.
snafu.
She shakes her hand very steadily. She's got like very calloused hands. You could tell that she's got a hunter's she looks like she's got like a hunter's build, like a runner, very athletic. But she doesn't have a bow, so most likely she kind of tracks with melee. Looks like.
Hunted melee.
But as you walk into the building, you kind of settle around, and Rune pulls out like a scroll that she has, like a leather tied. She has like a large map. She unrolls, and you can tell it's a etched map of the forest region. And you see it's been crudely drawn on the back of this like leather carcass with like red ink, and you see the forest ridge and a bunch of circled like villages, and you can tell like where Hanko is. And there's like a circle right there, but there's 5 other circles, and they all have X's over them. And so she pulls out that map, pulls out the pen,
Hanko has all.
sticks it, X's out Hanko. These are all villages that have been hit by these creatures. I'm not sure what they are, but they don't like the sun, they don't like day, they attack at night. Normal weapons bounce off their skin, but they still take some damage, but our stone arrows and our bone clubs did very little damage to them. They seem to want the chieftains for some reason. The higher priests and chieftains of whatever villages they go for. So your village elder is most likely alive. From whatever survivors I've spoken to, they capture the elder and take slaves of as many other halflings as they can to lead them somewhere into the jungle.
What do these creatures look like?
Men, elves, dwarves, anything really. Even some halflings, but white skin. They wear strange jewelry, affixed with a sort of a bat talisman. And their leader, I've seen him once when he attacked our village, rode a large bat as he commanded his forces.
Is the bat motif ringing any bells or anything that I might have learned about here
Give me a
or
history.
on my adventures?
Sounds like you're almost going to say Batmobile, but it's
Batmobile. Batmotif.
I was going to ask, is the leader of this group called Woos Brain?
Who's brain?
Did you say history, John?
Oh yes.
That's a 14.
You have heard of rumblings of a legendary creature that you have sort of like heard about It's an ancient sort of bat deity in the jungles. It's like a ghost story. It's supposedly this creature that steals the souls of naughty children that wander from the village, and it's kind of a cautionary tale to don't go wandering out in the jungles by yourself because.
Yeah.
Is it Krampus?
Yeah.
Only arrives once a year. He doesn't punish the nerdy kids that stay in town.
Did a detour over into Strahd, Barovia.
The creature's name is
I kind of like that name now for like some sort of bad guy. Woos Brain.
He gotta be a mind flayer.
Yeah, right?
It's the noise your brain makes as he's getting sucked out of your head.
the creature's name
Woos.
is the Mikatok.
A Mikatak?
The Mikatok.
The Mikatak.
Yes.
Is that like the Ohio State University?
The Ohio State.
Fucking cocky ass people.
That's
As-
right. Fuck you, Ohio.
Take that, Ohio. The Mikatok is sort of a large brown furry bat creature that will scoop up any wild prey it finds and fly it off to its lair to never be seen again.
Is that something I have heard of, like from stories?
You've heard
Hey,
of
when
the
you go
Mikatok.
out hunting, beware of the.
Especially as a hunter, you've heard of the Mikatok. So
It reminds me of my favorite joke. What's the best thing about Indiana? It's not Ohio.
this episode's gonna be called Not Ohio. So yeah, you've heard legends, but she kind of describes this as sort of a very similar bat creature that she's been tracking.
Pareto will raise that point. It may sound ludicrous, but this almost sounds like the ancient creature, the Mikatak.
I was thinking about that as well, but in the stories, the Mikatok doesn't have a mount. He's not a mount. He's an entity. He's a creature. This thing was being ridden by someone. I saw it.
They only come in the night. Have you tried anything, perhaps disrupting the air with sound waves? Does that seem to affect them at all? If they're bat-like in nature, that might be a lead on how we can study where they, go during the day, retreat during the day, maybe their layers.
Maybe the Mikatok itself, but the creatures that they follow, I don't think they would. The only thing that they shy away from is the daylight. Are there any major ruins nearby? I mean, that's what I've been looking for. I thought your village was maybe an ancient temple or something, but
I'll kind of look the snafu, and do we know between the two of us? I mean, I'm sure we do, but at least you maybe even more
an
so.
ancient
but
temple or
ruins of
any kind of ruins?
if anyone would like to give me a history check, you might know something.
E-study. I got a 10 plus a 2, that'd be a 12.
I'll take a dirty 20. See how the camera minus
15? No.
minus the
I got a 15. I don't know if my Outlander background, I'm good with geography maps, so on and so forth. I never forget anything.
I'll give you advantage on this one then.
Okay.
I never.
15 or a lesser, so 15.
15.
Yeah.
Between your 15 and your dirty 20, there is one large ruin that you know of that is basically a little bit out of the way, but it's not too far away. Let me pull up a map of Ephes.
Might have stopped scratching.
It buffers.
Good boy.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
The Temple of the Sky Serpent is a nearby ruin, about, I want to say, 20 miles away to the west. The old name is Kupak Kaman. It's a city of snake people.
Kupak, come on.
Come on!
Kupaki.
Walking here.
Large, ancient, half snake, half men that you know of called Yuan Ti. That has been their sacred city for centuries.
Is that little lake right next to it? Is that where I got the special water?
The special water you got from a small spring here.
Okay.
The legend of Kupak Kaman says that there is a being called the Sky Serpent that slumbers there. An ancient feathered rainbow serpent that was... actually, you know this legend personally. There was a hunter called Chiktak Maktak. He was a ancient halfling hunter that slew the Sky Serpent, and it fell into a large crater and made this rainbow lake. The city was then settled by the Yuan Ti, thinking the Sky Serpent was their god. But that was That was way long back.
Say names have changed since then.
Yes. But Cheek Talk Mock Talk is a sort of a
Cheek
folk.
Talk to Snafu.
Is a sort of a folk hero among the halfling people of the Forest Ridge, the greatest hunter that ever was. But yeah, the Temple of the Sky Serpent is not super far away. It's about the closest ruin that there is up here.
Have you or any of your scouts been there yet?
No, she kind of points to the north, to
Okay.
the jagged cliffs on your map here. I'll say you guys pull out your map, your compare notes. She says, "Yeah, I'm like about 40 miles past the Dragon Crown Mountains from the jagged cliffs. That's where my tribe is."
That's not the map of the areas that have been hit, John?
No, she pulls out a map of like basically this Forest Ridge region.
Okay.
It's gonna mark like here, Ogo, here, and a couple other places.
I would assume that wherever they're coming from would be would be in the center of all the areas that have been attacked.
Give me a insight test.
No, we'll inside the shit.
I'll ask her though. If you're
A nat 18, John, with a +2.
That is a very reasonable argument. That you think they're all about a day's travel from that
Are
location.
there any like caves in that area?
In the area of the sky temple.
In that central area, like within I don't
The
know.
Forest Ridge.
Yeah, the forest ridge, like the center part of the forest ridge, like any caves or like underwater or like underground systems or something.
There are cave networks all across the Forest Ridge, yeah. So like there could be a small den here or there, but the largest is definitely the Temple of the Sky Serpent.
What other settlements nearby have not been hit yet?
She has a couple. She has two. She has one called Struvan Village to the far south. They're a little bit closer to Tyr, but as you can sort of measure, with your insight, you kind of do the math. That's 2 days away. And you do another part. There's another village kind of to the northwest called Orato Village, and that's about 3 days out. So all their targets are about a day away from the Temple of the Sky Serpent.
Have any of the towns been hit twice?
Rune says, she kind of shakes her head. She says, I've been there, and whoever villagers are left say that they haven't seen either the tribe's people or the creatures that attacked them afterwards.
Have there been any witnesses, like seeing it coming and going? Which way is it coming from? Which way is it going?
All of them kind of... Well, they said that what they saw, the creatures came from all around. They would surround the village, so they didn't see one particular direction, but...
Okay, so it's just like a big swarm.
Yeah.
I propose that we should go together and investigate. This is all of our home, and even though we are different tribes, we are one people. And she kind of looks down at her own hand and chuckles a little bit. Well, I may be of a different people, but in here, she kind of goes to Snafu. You've always, your kind has always been my family to me ever since I've reawakened here. Is there a custom amongst that would be generally recognized among halflings? Like a secret handshake or maybe, just something to sort of solidarity. Like,
That's, yeah. Yeah, fuck it. We'll do the twiddle fingers.
I was just gonna say like the lollipop guild dance.
No, they do the Ahmed and you have to do the Abed and Troy. Yeah, they're doing.
okay, I'll go ahead and offer that then.
Yep, you do the halfling greeting, and she does it back. She says, "Well, it's very nice to meet you. I didn't think I'd find allies out here. When I saw you chucking those fireballs in the lake, I thought you were one of those creatures."
This is my home, as I've said before, and this wounds me greatly. And she kind of looks back at Snafu again, like, I'm sure Snafu feels the same, but he's always been a little more composed than I.
She kind of gestures to the rest of you, and I'm sure. I mean, I know we're in it for our people, but I'm sure the city has a lot of treasures for any people seeking, gold or jewels or any other artifacts.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
If you need payment, I'm trying to be really obvious. If you need payment,
We're saying you want to loot my neighbor's houses?
well, no. I mean, the bunch of snake people live at the Temple of Sky Serpent.
The warranty.
Okay,
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
you mean.
Just the dead ones.
Yeah. They're not going to use it anyway.
Right.
Then it's not looting; it's grave robbing.
Yeah.
It's not looting if they can't fight back for it.
We're just recovering artifacts.
Right, in Skyrim, if you pickpocket, it's flagged as stolen. But if you kill him first, then take it. It's not stolen.
No.
Mine now.
Just make sure that chicken doesn't see you do the crime.
Here, ask him. Does he want it back? Yeah, he's not saying.
Yeah.
She says it's about midday now.
Okay, she's from near the jagged cliffs.
Yes.
Has her village been hit?
Her village has been hit.
That seems further out than a day, though.
Give me an insight test.
Insight. Yeah, that's a 17.
It is. As you measure, it's about 3 days out.
Well,
Might have
Tracer.
flipped me off.
Thank you.
When was your village hit?
About
It's
a week.
not a contest.
About a week ago.
And when have these others been hit?
Some 2, 3. Usually not about one village a week looks like.
Any village within a day or two of yours that was hit too?
Our settlement's the furthest north of all of our local tribes. There's a few further on north, so the west side of the jagged cliffs there, near the Dragon Crown Mountains.
That were hit, or just
No, other villages, but ours was. And she kind of goes by your line of thinking, ours was really out of the way. And she kind of looks down the map. Yeah, no, ours is 3 days out. So I don't know why they hit our village. That's really weird.
it's 25 on insight for that.
She looks genuinely inquisitive.
Okay.
What's like the major? Are there any major imports or exports of the villages that have been attacked? Like, are they farming villages? Do they mine?
Give me a history test.
lumber or something. Oof, a 1 plus 2, 3.
You don't know personally, but if you could ask one of your fellows, they might know.
Well, they came and took the slaves, so I'm going to assume people.
But you can see Rune trying to think of anything that could be.
Did each of those villages have a tree?
No, yours and I believe the Suran village, one of the ones that's far west that has been hit. They're the only two that have trees.
Is there anything, seen as how I was sort of training underneath the Archdruid to become maybe the next one or maybe a subordinate or whatever? Would there be anything privy to that might be all the Archdruids in the area, maybe do they possess something? Do they have some ancient secret maybe that want to be bled
Give
out
me
of
a
them?
history.
Okay. Want to make sure real quick. No. Okay, Matt 15, 2 kicker 17.
The chieftains usually are descended from important bloodlines. Their bloodlines go way back to the early mages that were part of the green era, when halflings were the only race on Athos and they were high arch wizards and stuff. A lot of those chieftains descend from the powerful archmages that survive. So hereditary rule has been a thing in halfling culture for a long time.
Okay.
Archdruids and kind of chieftains are the same. Not every village has an archdruid, but not every archdruid village has
The lead commander,
Yeah.
head honcho, elder, whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
John,
okay.
insight.
Sure.
So that's going to be a 20.
20. What are you trying to insight out here?
Well,
Inside out.
Inside
given
John
that
Coogan.
they're specifically targeting
He stumbled into that one.
the hierarchy, it stands to reason that maybe they want that person's specific blood due to some property of each village's bloodline. I'm guessing for some sort of blood ritual.
That to you makes a lot of sense.
Are you musing that aloud, Jesse? Or?
Yes.
I will pick up one of the jaw bones or whatever of these creatures and kind of stroke one of the teeth, and yeah, that makes a lot of sense with these creatures in particular. Snake, you said there was. Do I have any prior knowledge of the Wanti myself, or just of what she's explained?
Just
so
what
far?
you've heard.
Okay, that's what I kind of figured. It could stand to make sense that these snake people are participating in the occult.
I'm used as somewhat of a ritualist myself.
I dabble.
Yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense to you as both as a arcane caster and like a traveler of the dark side of magic on some occasions.
You gotta know the darkness to know the light, right, guys?
She says the only thing that ties this together, I think, is if the creatures are working with the Yanti, and they need blood with these fanged creatures, it's got to have something to do with the Sky Serpent, because the legends go that when Chico Mostak killed the Sky Serpent, he sealed it away in the temple in the lake with his blood. He gave his lifeblood.
So they're trying to find the right bloodline to unlock it.
To open it up.
Bloodline. That bloodline.
Yeah.
So he's got to be looking for, or whoever this person is, they got to be looking for people of that bloodline.
Maybe they just need all of them.
Maybe they don't need the quality of blood, but a quantity of blood.
Yeah.
They're making a Reaper. God damn it. Turn this into Mass Effect.
Parada's gonna be a little cliche here, maybe, but she's gonna look at the map again. Aside from everything being about an hour out, roughly, of
Day
course,
out.
is that-
Day out.
or day out. Excuse me, day out. Of course, with the one exception of being way up there. Would these locations maybe form a glyph or a circle or something of
Give me your
some
Arcana.
supernatural
Right
status?
now it's Full Metal Alchemist.
That's exactly
I
what I'm
just from
thinking.
every anime. It's fine.
Another nat 15 with a 2 kicker.
From your magical knowledge, it seems more of a time issue to you than an arcane ritual.
Okay. I kind of figured, but it don't hurt to.
You can muse that if their forces are weak to sunlight, they probably want to move as fast as they can during the day
retreat
or
back
night,
to
whatever.
their. Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it don't hurt to muse it, but all right. I'll scratch it then.
Is there... So, what would be our plan from here? Do we want to head to that temple to investigate things, or do we want to try and guess the next village that we hit and...
I would rather strike at their base, not worry about another village getting hit.
What if we... Now, hear me out now. Ragnar idea incoming.
Oh God!
All right.
Hold on.
Things are getting spicy.
Hold on.
Get ready, Jesse.
Just gonna say,
Get ready. Get comfortable.
these are about to Ready.
What if we set a trap for these creatures?
We make a village.
Literally, we make a large
It takes a
encampment
village.
within a day of this of where the central of the attacks have been. We wait for them.
How about we send out flyers? We're gonna have Chico Mostak Khan. We're gonna have his best descendant is gonna come do autographs between noon and 2.
No, like I said,
No, John, you're missing the point. What he wants to do is a Blazing Saddles.
You're gonna build an entire rock ridge.
Yes.
Ragnar, do you want us to dress up and drag into the luau?
Whatever it takes.
Are you aching? Yup. For some bacon?
My
Yup.
next impression, Jesse
Jesse Owens.
Another movie I haven't seen.
There are people
You've
of the
never seen
land.
Blazing Saddles? Oh, it's my
Really?
favorite Mel Brooks
My
movie.
God,
I love
it
this
is
movie.
so good.
I thought you would have saw that for sure.
There you go.
There are people of the land. Simple. They're stupid. Or what do you call them? They're morons or whatever.
You're forgetting the
I
role.
thought Mel Brooks was a movie that the director that you watched a ton of though.
No, I don't know if I've seen any.
I was like, next you're gonna tell me.
Spaceballs?
Spaceballs, okay,
I was like,
that
next
okay.
you're gonna tell me you haven't seen Airplane. And he's like, no, I haven't.
Wow.
When I
Okay.
look up, maybe.
No, absolutely watch
I'm gonna
Blazing
send you a
Saddles.
list.
It is so good.
You know how many times I've been told there's a list of movies? Oh, this got to be on the list. This could be on the list. Dude, that list is like 7 pages long.
Good. Just get started.
No. Too much shit to do.
Really, replace your podcast with audio for movies.
Right.
I listen to the podcast at work. I can't really watch movies at work.
Like I said, audio.
Not that attitude.
Not with that.
Yeah, no.
But no, I mean, that's what Rune's kind of like leaning toward. I mean, if you guys want to do your own plan, that's fine.
I'm
Rune's-
not doing the Blazing Saddles idea. In the time it would take us to set it up and do it, we could just go there. And take them by surprise.
It was an idea. I didn't say it was a good idea. I never say they're good ideas.
Until everyone else seems to be behind it.
Hey,
Either way,
I'm the catalyst to get the brainstorming going.
Right, yeah.
Wambus and Bambus are kind of shifting over. They say like, well, if you guys go, we can go with you. I mean, we'd be abandoning the village. I think we're the only two people that either didn't die or weren't taken. And Bambus is like, yeah, I mean, we're kind of it. We can go if you'd like. We're not very powerful druids. We're kind of just initiates. And
We know you're not very powerful druids. You're druids.
Hey.
Remember that next
Don't
episode we
appreciate
need
that.
healing?
Yeah,
the
go
put down, but okay.
I can't even call you half pint. I'm like 9 feet tall.
quarter pint.
I'll call you shot glass.
Quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh, that hasn't cleared up yet?
Ew.
But no, as they kind of are like, we'll go with you if you need moral support, but we kind of get the idea that they want to stay here to
Oh, I don't need moral support. I need bait.
kind of defend the village.
The defend the
Yeah.
Defend what? You're the only two.
The village, you know.
You know,
The damage is done.
It's clear they're not coming for valuables.
What do I remember about Wambus and Bambus?
Wambus is charming, and outgoing, and he kind of is. He's not a bad druid. He's like he's a shapeshifter druid. Bambus is kind of the sleepy, bumbly goofus of the two brothers. So you got your more studious and kind of okay one. He was the
who
first
I'm
one.
picturing now, John?
What was that?
Lark and Sparrow.
Yeah, Market Sparrow. Bambus is kind of a little bit more portly. He kind of just likes to drink and have fun. He's more of a commune with nature, like cast spells to like grow crops kind of druid. You know what I mean? So Wambus is definitely a warrior at heart, but Bambus is more of a day drinker. Let's say that.
I'm honestly just imagining Merry and Pippin.
Yeah.
Functioning alcoholic.
So, I'm thinking they're probably going to be more problematic if they came with us. More trouble than they're worth, almost.
I mean, they can go with you. They're just like, I'm gonna flat out tell you, they're like level 5 druids. They're very low level.
At the very least, they can be meat shields.
Or at the very least, they know some healing.
Like I said, I'll go with you. And Wambus is like, yeah, we'll go with you. It's fine. It's
But I'm going to complain the whole time.
What would you guys do here anyway?
Try to repair the tree. That's for one thing.
With what? Wood from other trees?
Healing magic.
Okay.
Our totem was defaced. We'll need to bring that back up. The
This
spirit.
is like there's healing magic?
I'm just picturing some sort of Frankenstein of a tree. Frankenstein's monster of a tree. Stitches and nails.
Grafting is a thing.
I'm gonna suggest that they stay behind and get our more druidic affairs in order, because if we need to fall back, we're gonna want any sort of boost we can get. Or should they come back for whatever reason, at least we can maybe learn some more about them. She says, I'm gonna go to the what are we calling them ultimately? Archdruid, Chieftain?
Archdruid.
Okay, Archdruid. I'm gonna go to the Archdruid's place.
Archchief.
Archchief. To investigate for just a short while more, but if you have any questions, ask me about druidry.
Well, you guys are in the Archdruid's.
Oh, I thought we moved
Grove.
down to the big tree. Okay.
No, yeah, you guys went from the tree to the grove.
Okay, that's right, at the very
Or
beginning.
the circle, I should
I
say.
do want to look for any journals. Maybe see if there's any entries, like any discussion or thoughts on what to do about the tree, or what to do if they do find a seed.
Okay. I guess while
Well, yeah, let's do the.
While
yeah.
she said, "Well, you guys do this." Rune says, "We'll travel during the night, toward, or if you guys want to start out even tomorrow. I just want to get. I don't want them to have enough time to do what they got to do. If I don't know if they found their person they're looking for, but we need to leave for this temple like ASAP. But
I just want to, I tell her I just want to look through some journals. There's something of importance that I hope there's maybe some information on.
Okay. Tell you what, take tonight, find what you can, and first light tomorrow we'll leave. I'm gonna go get ready, and she slides her map.
Who's your friend, by the way?
Oh yeah, go ahead, come in. You can come meet him. She leads you out down to the north, kind of in that tree line.
I'll be like, Paretta, if she's not coming along, I'll just be like, let you know what I was looking for notes and stuff, or any journals and entries. So
you're staying in here though, right?
Well, I will, but I'm going out to meet this friend first. So
Okay.
If you were going to stay behind and not meet the friend, I'll be like, hey, while you're looking around.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do that. I'll search for what he wants and just anything that maybe the Archdruid while we were training may have, like, you know, this is really important. If something were to go down, I've stashed it. Anything important, really, but including his. So I'll stick behind and do that while he goes and messes around.
Okay. As Rune kind of leads you through the tree line, says, "Oh yeah, look, I ride Stinger. I mean, he's my mount. He's my hunting partner, but
I'm a good time boy.
he can't really fly super long distances. So I brought my other friend, and you see this large orangish reddish kind of like mottled pool of something. First it looks like a liquid, but then you see it's just a really flat thing that's been spread out across this clearing. And as you kind of look closer, you can see it's got like this leathery type skin. These two like almost like looks like vented like sacs kind of on its back, where like you would think maybe like dorsal sort of like pods would be like on the back. Then you see like what appears to be like a tail kind of like leaning up against a tree. And then as you walk closer, this basketball-sized eye like opens up, and it's this like yellowish sort of fish eye that looks. And she goes, hey, God, I need to come up with like 5 names.
Pancake.
Huh?
Pancake.
Pancake. Okay. Pancake.
Or you want to make it the Finnish version, Panukaku?
Oh, I like Panukaku.
That's
Panukaku. And she claps her hands. And you hear and this other eye opens up, and then you see the sound of like helium, almost like a balloon expand, like, and this orange red puddle starts to inflate and inflate and inflate, and it's a giant whale. It's about 50 feet long.
I had a 17 on a nature check.
This is one of the fabled sky whales of the northern tribes.
Squales.
Are we starting Spelljammer tonight?
No.
I was thinking of a next at first. Like, is this a next?
Oh yeah.
You see a crude basket has been like kind of like affixed to the bottom, like the base of Panukaku. And you looked at it, you see it like a rope had like out of giant hair had been like affixed like across the back of the tail. So as it inflates and starts to kind of rise up into the air, you see that there is a little tiny like basket with like a bed, like a kind of like a hay bed and like a box trunk, big enough for maybe a person and like a 5-foot tall bee to
I think as we're walking up and Snafu's realizing what it is, Snafu's just like, holy shit! Like, I'm actually seeing one of these things.
Isn't it great? And she kind of like leans back like, yeah, he usually gets to sleep a lot during the sunlight, but yeah, he can make a good 40 miles a day. It's really beautiful.
You're like, I wonder what it tastes like.
Orange pudding.
Green school.
But yeah, he just deflates and rests when he's not flying.
I'll just kind of look at Panukaku. Greetings.
And she kind of goes,
Oh, you speak whale? I wish I spoke whale.
I was just gonna say I can see Snafu like Dory right now.
you hear like a come from the top, and it's like, oh no, he says hi.
And It takes like 10 minutes for him to get this noise up. Oh, he says hi.
He says hi. But yeah, I figured we could load up Panakaku with some supplies. He'd go with us.
No, that's good. Yeah, no. All right.
Yeah.
Just never thought I'd see one of these before, or ever.
No,
Well, we're about to smell it for a while.
she kind of rushes over and like there's a rope ladder that's gonna like falls off of the thing. She hustles up. So well, I'm gonna get some stuff together. Here, actually, you look like you're. She kind of like notices like your cooking supplies. You look like you're a culinary sort. She pulls out like a small like leaf wrapped leg, unwraps it. Says, "This is from some of the tree lizards back home." And she tosses it down.
We're the cannibal tribe of halflings. This is Tom.
You just catch it and just like blood.
I'll give her some of my mushrooms that I found in that one underground cavern. Be like, hey, these look nasty, but they're amazing.
Oh, cool.
Eat them in a safe place.
Yeah, make sure there's people around.
Make sure you have a trip sitter. You know, make sure you got some water.
Nice couch, maybe.
But no, and she kind of goes about her business, like kind of resupplying herself. The rest of you, while you are you hear this weird sound off in the distance.
What?
I guess Jesse, what would you like to do with your night of preparation here? Sounds like you have another expedition to the west.
There's one movie I've seen.
Not too far away, but still
Finding Nemo.
Yeah,
Just want to go over supplies, make sure that troops are fit
I
for
actually
travel.
just saw it like 2 years ago.
you have enough mounts because you pay for all the mounts, you pay for all the food. You should have enough for another week out here in the wilds. So as long as you guys don't like spend a fucking month out in this temple, you should be fine.
John, have you met us before?
Yeah, that's why I consider that a fair warning.
We're about to go on like 3 side quests before we do.
Oh yeah, no.
See,
We're not going
Yeah.
to see this temple for a year. We're going to walk right past
You
it.
guys get to Balak, it's just a fucking crater. Like, oh shit, we had a timer, didn't we? God damn it.
Oh, that's the thing we were supposed to do.
Ah, damn.
10 bases around the world, wouldn't you know?
Look at Malaga. Sorry about your estate.
Well, joke's on you. We got an island, and he flies off this picture.
I was gonna say sorry about your estate. Want to go live in the woods?
Let's be like, good luck finding an I've compass.
But yeah, so you pretty sure your people should be fine for this expedition. They say like, do you want us to stay behind, or do you want us to go to this village?
No, you'll come with.
Okay.
I just want them. I'll give them a debriefing on what we know so far as these creatures and what to expect and how to kill them.
Okay. Sounds like these mutants are more night fighters than they are during the day. So
Yeah.
we'll actually get some extra rest now to try to be a little bit more alert during the night.
Yeah, if it's pale as dog shit, chop its head off.
Okay. If it's white, we'll fight. And we go. If it's white, we'll fight it. Jeremy.
So I was actually thinking about what Jesse just said is I feel we should try and stay up as late as we can and sleep during the day
Okay.
so that we're awake at night, and then we can also travel at night when it's cooler.
Well, and that's when the
I was kind of thinking
Space
about
whale
that. Like, do we
travels
want to
too.
start traveling at
Yeah.
night instead?
Yeah.
You know, start out tonight would be kind of a long day for us, though.
Well, I figured like just stay up, like go to bed earlier, go to bed in the morning, and then wake
Yeah,
up
late
before
night summer
before
party.
It's
sunset.
about, I will say
and
it's
get
about midday now. If you wanted to just start a long rest, I'll say that you're more of a nocturnal cycle than a daytime cycle.
I'm gonna spend the rest of the night or the day. I want to we're in a village that was attacked.
Yes.
I want to investigate. I want to go around and look and see if there's any evidence that was left behind by these creatures.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a investigation.
4.
Nothing super obvious. Like, what were you trying to find?
Like I wonder if like any of them were like injured or killed. and there's like one of the corpses like laying around.
I will say, even with the 4, like you were told by Rune that the ash piles are the creatures, so they have some remains in them. But whenever they die, they must turn to ash.
Okay. We can do another round of this, or we.
You can keep. I mean, I will say you still got about 6 hours left of time. That search took about 2 hours.
Was there any damage to any of the structures?
Yeah, there was a few.
Lots.
There was a few. Like roofs were busted in, buildings were burned down, the tree was defaced.
The one that has the roof busted in, I want to go
Tree had a
I want to
face
go
on it.
through that house
Okay,
or building.
like those
or
ones
give me a
in
give me a perception then.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah. I was like, I had a Song of Ice and Fire. Like, that's what it actually is, but I was looking for Game of Thrones. I got hung up.
23.
Like, what are you looking for in the house?
Just any.
I thought you said I'm just looking for Henny.
Actually, I want to see if there's any that had like fallen into a shadow, like any of these creatures that had fallen in a shadow, not into the direct sunlight, that may still be intact.
Okay. With the 24, you don't find that. But I will say, you find what appears to be a sword of some kind stuck. That is not. It is obviously too big for a halfling to use.
Right.
It is a long wooden shaft of mysteriously hard wood.
Mhm.
Like you pick
Like
it up.
ironwood.
It's like ironwood.
Yeah.
And along the side of the outside, you ever see like those Mayan swords that have like
The
sharp rocks?
The pieces of flint stuck in them.
They're that, but they're giant teeth. They look like fangs of some kind.
Like a
all
like
stuck
a
around the
soft
outsides.
shark or whatever, soft tooth shark or whatever.
About that. They look like they'd be from a giant lizard.
You said it was stuck in the wall.
It was like buried in the wall.
Okay.
So it's a bone saw, really.
Bone
I
saw.
guess I'll pry it out.
If you want to stat it out, it is a +2 magical sword.
I'll take it to Jesse or does Micah have Arcana? I'll take it to Micah and see if it has any magical properties or if it's just a well-crafted sword.
Okay. I'll say that's the end of your thing, is taking that sword to Micah.
Yeah.
You wanted to search for notes. Go ahead and give me a perception.
It doesn't have magic, but it's suffering from tooth decay.
29, 19
You
and
need to
10.
floss this sword daily.
You look through the
Floss the
Archdruid's
sword.
chambers. They look like they've already been kind of rifled through. But obviously it looks like they were looking for something other than just like documents. You find a large bound leather tome, and written in Druidic script, which only you and Snafu can read. You find a journal of the last few years of the Archdruid's life. With the 29, looking through, he does remark that the archery is dying. I have sent scouts out to look for some new food or maybe some new hunting grounds to supplant the fruit and the abundance of natural animals that will come by the village now. I don't know what I'm going to do. He also says that I've tried pouring magic into the tree itself, but it's just at the end of its life cycle. I think that if we were to maybe plant a new seed in the place of this tree, it would help grow in kind of into the space of the old one, replenish it, its powers, but that would still take years. It would be a start, but it would take years. He also says, with the 29, he says, Snafu being gone has been a very heavy weight on my shoulders. Since the death of his parents, I've acted as his father. But I don't know if I can tell him what I need to tell him yet. Maybe when he gets back from this quest, I'll tell him. That's the last entry.
How far back does the journal go?
About 5 years.
Oh wow, okay. Is it huge tome?
Big tome.
Big tome, okay. Is it something I can?
It's one of the only bound. It's only one of the bound. One of the only bound books in this village.
Okay. Is it possible to take it with me?
Yeah.
I don't obviously need to read it all at the
I
moment.
have a bag of holding too. If you.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Yeah. I just want some memento of him in case the worst has happened, and I want to be able to go through his knowledge and all that. So.
Yeah.
You'll never know what he had to tell you.
Right.
I'm gonna keep that bit about snafu to myself for the moment, though. I don't really want to give him false hope about anything quite yet. So.
It's like I had an idea. I
Yeah.
want on my headstone. I
But,
want on there. I did it. I kept the secret.
Yeah.
But
Make people
is that basically my whole time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll say you find 2 scrolls of cure wounds as well. He
Okay.
had those kind of scrolled away, so you can add those to your inventory.
Okay. Outside of that, I'll just take the rest of the time to sort of rest and try to collect myself for what's about what we're. About
I just see Peretta like
chill
laying on her stomach on his tiny bed,
to.
like
Put the book.
kicking her feet back and forth, like reading his book, like reading his journal.
Oh my god! In the journal is like a
Yeah.
high school, like
Yeah.
with the little heart sticker to seal it shut. Make
He's
sure
got like
nobody's
little
got
drawings in there. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, look, a
Oh.
tree.
Oh my god! Does that tree sprite love me? Oh.
Snafu, you saw Kanutaku and
Did
got
she
some-
say he flies more at night or better at night or?
No,
day?
she's been running him at night, so he's sleeping. He sleeps during the
Okay.
day.
So that would kind of work. If we were all in agreement of traveling at night, we could let her know, hey, actually, if we just rest up the rest of the day, we can start out tonight instead.
Sounds good to me. She just kind of like pulls out her bedroll, and you see Panukaku kind of deflate once again as the. It just sounds like a yeah, like it's gonna sound like that because he has to expel the gas. But yeah, just sinks out into another kind of warm.
And then you hear the at the end.
He makes a very long, drawn out, like. For like 3 hours.
But it's that whale noise.
Oh God! Shut up! The worst part about having a sky whale, I swear.
The worst part about
You get used to it. It takes
And
a
it
while.
just turns the entire area into a fishy
She
smell.
lands and just puts earplugs, and we're like, "What the fuck is she doing?"
but no, you have a few hours left.
Watch your dogs show up out of nowhere.
Yes, all the wolves in the area kick up. Oh, lovely mythology we have in our stories.
But you have a few hours left. What would you like to do?
Probably pick through the house.
Okay. You go back. You have your own house. Like alluded to in the journal, your parents had died a long time ago. When you were a little kid. Your father was the old village hunter before you, though, so you kind of always aspired to take that mantle. But you still live in their house. You just got some support from the Archdruid. As you walk in, it's relatively untouched because it's a small hut, kind of secluded off on the side of the village. The door, I'll say the door is ripped off the hinges, but that was about it. You could tell that somebody checked for survivors in here. Nobody, they left.
I kind of imagine he's just gonna sit down and just process all of this. Just
The shock is wearing off, in other words.
okay, yeah. Just
the gravity of the situation
yeah,
starting
just
to
take it
settle
all
in.
in. Yeah.
I mean, you kind of realize that you have the means to save your village, but your village might not be there to be saved.
Do I
You've
think?
already suffered losses in this case. Yeah.
Do I think leaving the seed in Whammo and Bammo's hands would they be capable enough?
You think so?
Okay.
I mean, if you were to die in some snake ruin, that just means the seed would be lost there.
Right,
Instead of in Weasnell, it would just be in the sky.
Again, I got too much Larkin Sparrow in my head and knowing I'm just gonna fuck it up. But
Full of a tuck.
At least leaving it here would probably be the best.
yeah. All right. At some point before I really start the rest, I'll go see Whammo and Bammo.
Whammus and Bammus.
Whammus and Bams.
Yep.
Wingus and
Whammus,
Dingus.
Whammus and Bammus. Yeah, they're just
Wingus and Dingus.
they're at the tree. They're sweeping up. You can see that they've kind of like used their stone shape to kind of crudely recreate the honey badger totem. It's just like from an immaculately carved like marble statue to like a Play-Doh style. Like it's loosely like a honey badger now, but you can see that they're like recarving like.
It's a giant guinea pig.
They're recarving the ritual circle because it got messed up, so they smoothed it out. They're like they got some chisels and they're like carving in some druid like runes to like start doing more ritual castings and stuff like that at a higher level. But just you see they're following a guide that they have like kind of like rolled out like a big scroll.
I just kind of like, you know, kind of.
Hey, what's up?
So, I definitely think you guys should stay.
Whammus kind of like shakes his head. Yeah, Whammus he's like, okay. No, that makes sense.
Don't get me wrong, some adventuring is fun, but here's the main reason. And I pull out the seed.
What? And they kind of go crazy. Like you found one. You found one. This is real. And he kind of goes for it, and like he picks it up. And it's like whoa. And like Whammus is like, give me that. And takes it.
Just like
he goes to lick it.
to realize
it's like
what responsibility this means.
Yes, of course, yes. We will keep this safe. We will put this in the Archdruid's palace and keep it safe.
I'll just nod.
I'm not fucking with you. We'll do that. We're not gonna.
Right.
I'm not
fucking.
I'm not gonna let Bammus eat it. And he's like, can I just take it? No bites, because it's like an eternally juicy plum. It's like it is a large, always looking ripe and delicious fruit. And like you picked this thing like a month ago, so it's unnaturally good looking, like Brad Pitt.
Maybe leave it in a safe.
I was like, do I give them some of my supply of mushrooms that I had too? But like, if you want something interesting and unique and you've never had before, here's some mushrooms.
Now do a good job, and there'll be more.
You don't know your stash.
I know. Well, I still have 4 days worth of mushrooms written down. I basically gave 1 day's worth to
Rune.
Snafu went from hero to drug dealer in about 10 minutes here.
But yeah,
they're not getting my insect parts. Those are too
they set it down and wrap it in a cloth, and like we'll finish up trying to recarve the circle here, but we'll take it to the cellars of the Archdruid circle and put it down there. We'll be nice and safe.
Maybe look into prepping how we can plant it and get it going.
Yeah, especially this thing's as if the age wasn't going to kill it. It looks like the fire has kind of hastened its end a little.
Fire tends to do that with most things,
But
except for Pyretta.
Also breeds
we have faith in you.
It breeds what?
creation.
Called creation.
You found the seed. I mean, we sent out a lot of hunters to do that. You're the only one that did it.
Every hunter comes back with, hey, we got one, hey, we got one.
Sweet fucking, we got 4.
They were, and now they're ash.
But yeah, they kind of nod and say thank you. From the rest of the village, I'm sure wherever they are out there, they got to be alive somewhere out there. And
I've carried it through some interesting situations already, but I'd hate to lose it on wherever I'm going now. So,
this is such a high honor. We now declare you our chieftain. Immediate bat creature comes in and takes off with
I was gonna say, you know what I'm gonna ask him when we get back.
yeah, the McTalk just kind of flies in.
The 2 prime questions I'm gonna ask him about this: is it secret? Is it safe?
Yeah.
But no, they kind of like shake their heads and say that we helped us out a lot, and I'm sure where the chieftain is, the Archdruid is, he's proud of you.
It's in, future of our village is in your hands now.
Why do I keep getting Facebook ads for Kid Rock fan pages?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Rocknar, Kid
I literally-
Rocknar.
You got
Host-
something to tell us here, James?
Is that your son's name, Kid Rocknar? My name is Kid Rocknar.
Wambus kind of runs off for a second. Like, I got something. And he runs off. And he comes back from the direction of the Druid Grove, and he has a quiver with him. And he says, these arrows, they're from your father. I know, because the chieftain said that when
Got his name on
your time was right, he was going to give this to you as your
Did you
gift
say
of,
Snafu's paw?
your gift of ascension to the chief hunter. But as you look, they're all like immaculately carved, like arrows with like actual like silver tips to them. These are plus. You have a 10 quiver of +2 ammunition, magical ammunition. These arrows are recoverable. You just have to not roll a 1 on shots, but like you basically have 10 at a time. If you roll a 1 in a shot, though, it's even with halfling luck.
+2 arrows, basically.
Yeah, +2 arrows. Even with halfling luck, though, it's the arrow's gonna break. So.
I was joking with him a long time ago. I'm like, are your parents' names Doa and Mia, dead on arrival and missing in action?
They are now.
John and Jane Doe.
But with that, I'll kind of cut to Micah here. You have the sword that Jeremy has brought you is obviously of some kind of foreign make. You're in a strange village. What would you like to do?
Is the sword just like magical, or is it enchanted to some degree?
You want to give me? Can you cast Identify?
No.
You want to give me a cast on that?
Not if it's just magical.
Give me an okay. To do a light Identify, you can do an Arcana.
Okay.
I picture it's in the sheath. What's this long string? That's the flosset.
Yeah. That is 26.
There is obviously some magic pouring off of this thing, and it is necromantic magic.
Okay. Now I'll identify it.
As you kind of do the ritual cast, this sort of sickly green aura pours from the weapon. And it is a vampiric blade. Essentially, once you hit with it, you also roll a d4, and you gain that many temporary hit points every time you take a swing with it. The one that hits. The hit points go the way at the end of the fight, because it's just temporary vitality that you're sucking from the target.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of the +2 damage, it does a bonus d4 of necrotic, and that becomes temporary hit points for the user.
I think you bought them for everybody. Right, John?
But yeah,
This year?
yeah,
Everyone's sweet. I might go snag one of those.
This is
You
probably
want-
my favorite brewery. Like,
they're really good.
yeah, we got a lot of good memories at Sun King in Indianapolis.
It is, however, you do notice that the longer it gets used, it's like lightly cursed. So the longer it gets used, the more kind of addicted to that blood, sort of like satiation. It almost becomes a like a thirst, like a hunger.
Sanguine.
So it is not completely cursed, but it is not a completely clean weapon either.
Shake first? No.
It's really good.
Well, that's all you, Jeremy. That's your sword. I hope you're paying attention.
Oh, wow. It's like somebody stuck an orange creamsicle in a beer and called it.
Really good.
Yeah.
That's why I bought that
Holy
one.
moly. It's a damn shame they can't ship over state lines.
That is
That'd be
crazy.
so nice. Yeah, wow.
That is crazy. That's exactly what it tastes
Yeah.
like.
It's really good.
It's not bad. It's a little sweeter, I think, than I would prefer, but it's still,
I really
still
like
drinkable.
it.
It's sweet without being bitter, I think, is why I like it so much. I'm not a bitter dude.
However,
More
that
sour
takes
than
about
sweet.
an hour of your time to identify that. So you still have a majority of the day left.
I know that says Ogo up top there, but it looks like Ooh from back here. I'm like, go to the land of Ooh
Land
with
of Ooh.
Finn and Jake.
Just to the north, a little ways, is the land of
And Castle.
And then there's ah and e and I and o and ooh.
Yeah.
And sometimes is why.
Everybody say, hey. Oh.
Y phases in and out of existence
Yeah.
every so often.
Ghost
It gets
powers.
built and then destroyed within a couple of years, and then they have to
That's the castle
rebuild
that
it.
keeps getting built in the swamp.
I want to
Did you
burn
ever get
down,
my
fell over,
message
then sank
about
into the swamp.
My familiar last time.
Castle,
I don't
why
think
do we
so.
keep building it
You
here?
were like,
Yeah.
one. And
Okay.
I was like, okay, well, I want to do this one because I think it makes sense. But
Okay. You want to send it to me in a message?
yeah,
Okay.
In a
basically, I
massage.
just want to. I was just going to use my time finally to
Okay.
finally get one.
All right.
But yeah, that's all.
Okay. Let me get a look here.
Oops, I spelled it wrong, but you know what I mean. Oh my god, that's so bad.
Okay. I get it.
There we go. No. There.
You notice a small like glimmer, kind of like while you're like kind of standing at this Archdruid's palace. Like you kind of realize you're in a very like a place that other people don't normally go.
Or let alone a halfling village.
Right.
Let alone an outsider to have. Yeah.
Most outsiders that approach a halfling village would be skewered with arrows and probably like on a spit.
Arrowed.
You notice kind of like
Arrow.
sparkling like in the distance part of like kind of like to the north a little bit, like north of the grove, because there's like a small like you know that part in Winterfell how there's like all those trees, and there's like the elder tree. That's kind of like what his grove is there's like a small copse of woods that like look foreign to this native environment. But you notice like a purple glimmer kind of like off in that like little bit like forest area that catches your eye. Kind of hop down and use your dragon wings to kind of like drift for a second and then they just despawn. And as you kind of walk closer, you see it's this purple little like dragon type creature kind of scurrying around looking for birds and other things to prey on. And you see it looks around at like a small like yellowish kind of like canary bird and just launches itself at it, catches it in its hand and its like claws, and then whirls around and you see it like start to eat this little bird.
Is its name Sylvester?
As it kind of like cranes its little purple head up and it's got like small little red blood stains on its little face, looks up to you and kind of cocks its head to the side and sort of ambles over.
Do I know what it is?
No.
Okay.
It looks like a dragon. It looks like it like you've seen your father and you've seen like the drawings of other draconic creatures, but it's like miniature. It's like the size of a house cat.
I know of a beer I need to get you now.
Okay.
Kimono Brewing has a blood orange ale.
Pretty good.
You should try. We might want to split one, but you should try the Gen Con beer. Like put in a couple cups.
Yeah. All right.
That one's a wheat ale. That's pretty good.
Yeah, those are good. I like those.
Wheat.
Quill Wheaton.
I got a 15 on animal handling. Basically, I kind of want to just like kneel down and like
Have a
offer
good
my
feel.
hand kind of thing.
But the 15, you're able to like kind of sniffs and like kind of ambles up your arm a little bit. As you kind of get this creature, like when it actually touches you, you get this feeling of being on, like you kind of get this vision where you're in this purple grove of trees and you can see like off in the distance a white crystal palace like kind of sitting on a mountaintop. You see like wards of magic kind of in the air flying.
I don't have vodka.
You see other strange birds and creatures like flying through the air in this like enchanted wood. You see what look to be tall elven type creatures kind of astride these large white horses with a big central horn protruding out. And then as you look up to the night sky, you see that in the distance an orange burning planet that is surrounded by 2 suns. And you realize that your view is from the moon of Athos, from the second moon of Athos. And whatever this creature has come from, that moon must be its home. So some kind of rift or teleportation gate has taken this creature from the legendary, the realms of the crystal palaces of the Eladrin that live on the moon, to the earthen realm of Athos. So this creature is lost, quite lost, but has found kind of a home here in the forest glade.
Then out of nowhere, an arrow hits it, and Snafu walks up. Hey, we got dinner.
But no, it kind of communes with you, it shares this sort of vision with you, and as a kind of other draconic being, it sort of sees it, senses like an empathy.
Okay. Yeah. I'll kind of just I'll do the same thing. I'll share like my backstory with him, that kind of thing.
Okay. You guys have like a psychic kind of melding of connection, and realize you're both draconic like creatures that are like from here. You know your mother was from another planet called Kryn, and and it's from the moon, the Eladrin kingdoms, and you gotta have this bond that you've shown that you found each other in this strange place.
So am I the only one in this group that's actually from this planet?
No, he is.
Are you?
He is. He was born here.
Okay.
He's just gone.
Alright, just decided,
I've just been to other places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly not.
So I'm the only one
canonically.
that's not.
Yeah.
May or may not be canon.
I took a semester abroad.
He took a semester abroad. That is correct.
That was Ultimate's Ragnar.
Yeah, it was all-
And he lost his
That's
rod.
legends.
Then before Disney bought out the rights, canon. But yeah,
Dark Sun legends.
Yeah.
Right on.
What I'm thinking, we got a cat type thing, right? That derives power from the moon. So it's a Khajiit. Well, Khajiit or Morborn, depending
That?
on. Yeah.
No, that's a
pseudo dragon.
pseudo.
Oh, pseudo-dragon? Okay, I thought you were saying it was a cat for some reason.
No, it's just the size of a house cat.
Oh, size of the house cat, that's right.
So you two are gonna have Pokemon battles with your psychic lizards here?
Shit, they're both psychic types. They're quite.
No, I was thinking he's got a
attacks
cat.
are gonna do anything to each other.
He's got a cat with moons. Like, oh, it's a Khajiit. It's clearly hot dry.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking.
I would never give my character as a
Mustache.
familiar to another player.
Right.
How dare you?
He'll just show up like, oh, this is a strange place.
he's not a
Fox, I don't
familiar.
have a post I can scratch upon.
He's not a familiar. He's intimate at this point.
We know him very well.
Scratch
An
that spot on the back.
acquaintance.
Yeah.
So you kind of emerge from the grove and he's kind of perched on your shoulder.
Not everything in this jungle does want to kill you. But yeah.
I can just see.
Oh, it does.
Danger
Just not
familiar.
right now.
I can just see Malagaz doing the WoW Hunter thing, just like coaxing it and getting the hearts. And
It's like
It
a
just
it's like a
comes-
house
Best
cat.
friends.
Friends smack the shit out of me. I'm like, look,
Yeah.
hey.
It's like a house cat though. If you die, it's gonna eat your corpse.
That's what I said. It doesn't want to kill you. Just not right now.
But no,
it is hard to gain his
you emerge from the grove with a new psychic companion. But with that, the nights, the days kind of starts to get late. You do notice some of your allies turning in for a nighttime flight or nighttime travel. Rune says she's up for it. She's been traveling at night just so if she can spot the McTuck flying. That's why she's been flying. She's like, I'm trying to spot this giant fucking bat so I can like track it down, but I haven't been able to see shit lately. So, but no. If you guys would like to go to bed, you can set up, for next day.
Or this night, tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys turn in kind of early, and when the moon is high. One of them is high, and
Does it hit our eye like a pizza pie?
that's the moon.
That's
a
more
moray.
for you.
You guys get everything around. Your soldiers get ready to travel. You see this large fucking orange shape kind of like float down into the middle of the village, and then Stinger, the bee, she hops on Stinger and says, I can lead Panukaku anywhere. The map says that this village is to the west. It'd be about a night's travel. If you all want go with us. And your troops have mounts; they could follow the Skywell. If you guys want to ride in the basket of the Skywell, you can. It'd be kind of a tight fit, like with the 5 of you, but Rune's gonna be on her B, so she should be all right.
Do I dare say it? It's gonna be a whale of a ride.
Well,
Well,
Let's take a quick break. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, and then we'll do our travel segment, and we can see what the villages or the Temple of the Sky Serpents all about. So let's take a quick 10-15 minute break.
okay.
we need travel music.
Yeah, I need to give someone.
You heard the DM, everybody. We're going to take a quick 15-minute break ski here and jump into Act 2 of our meeting tonight. Actually, probably the meat and potatoes, if we're being honest. So don't go anywhere. Yeah, well, that actually is a stream channel incentive. You can redeem your channel points, and I will do a Gollum voice. But in this case, it can be you tonight.
It could be me.
All right, everybody, hang tight. We'll be right back.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking around. I think we're pretty much ready to keep this wagon rolling.
All right. As the night patrol kind of emerges from Honko Village, you see Wambus and Bambus kind of waving goodbye. Wambus gives you a salute. Just kind of tell you, I got it. I got this. You guys fly out kind of over the forest ridge. It is from the sky, on the ground. You can see your soldiers. They have like torches on the backs of their mounts. So you have you see a trail of Jesse's people like weaving their way through the woods. You have a single lantern that you keep posted on the side so that your soldiers can look for the light to guide them. But you guys just see this massive, the full moon illuminates this just sea of treetops that you're about 50 to 60 feet above.
Except for the big shadow of a whale.
Right. The big weird whale shadow, the moon casting on the ground.
Even the shadow is slightly orange, passing through it.
Yeah, because it's the two translucent air sacs. But as you fly over, you can see way off in the distance. Actually, this just black hole chasm, in the earth itself, where the elevation just sinks. It's ways off because you're so high that you can see it. Because when you're flying in a plane, you can see super far away. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what's going on. You see this thing way in the distance.
I could just have I been near there before? Probably no. Okay.
It is. That there are plenty of creatures that dwell in that area that you would take a squad if you had to go investigate something. But as your travel starts, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to skip our normal travel rules. We're going to just do perception tests. Whoever wants to take first watch.
I'll go for it. Nice. 18.
You see, kind of down on the ground, the lights of the patrol, still relatively close, all of Jesse's Myrmidons in the drowned. Then you also see about 30 feet, not 30 feet, I'll say 30 yards away, kind of ahead and beside them, a smaller group of torches. Not sure what they are, but they're a smaller group of torches moving to, and they're going to intersect parties. So your troops are going to run across another group of things in the forest, but you're not sure what they are.
Okay, let me look up something super quick.
Sure.
Spellbook. Whoops. Not add. I don't know. No. That's the only bad thing about this. I'm at that point where my phone's starting to get old, where there's a quarter-second lag, and I go to click something, and now that ad just popped up under my finger. Alright, anyway,
Did we get temp HP at the end of the last session?
I have it marked down that I had some, I think.
Yeah.
Was it Micah gave us?
Temp HP went away after combat.
It does.
That's what I was going to ask. Do we still have that? Or
I wasn't sure.
Temp HP is an only in combat thing.
Okay, I'll get rid of that. Alright,
Unless you have a giant obsidian crystallized brain that you keep pumping temporary hit points.
That is true.
Roughly how many feet do you think this instance is? Jesse's
high we are?
Myrmidons. Jesse's Myrmidons.
2 per.
You're about 60 feet above them.
Okay, so this would be easily... can I send a message to them and warn them? Alright, yeah, okay. The general of his unit there, I'll just send a message
Jarek and what?
Jarek.
Okay, I'll send a message to Jarek. You have incoming, whatever, north of you.
Okay.
Wherever they're coming from.
He responds, I'll halt the troops and we'll rally. So you see down all the snake torch or whatever stops. And then the torches kind of reconfigure and they form a circle.
Okay, can I see anything at all beyond these lights, or
what is your vision? Is it dark vision, low light vision?
I have dark vision. Dark vision.
Dark vision. Give me a perception test with disadvantage just because it is so far.
Okay. How about a 1? I'm not even gonna roll again.
You just don't see it. You see the two lights, but beyond that, nothing. Like
Okay.
there's just so much foliage in the way.
That's fair. I mean, as long as I at least get the warning out to him. Unknown.
But their circle is like here, and then like 60 feet ahead of them. There's this other line of like 3 torches. It just keeps going.
Continues. Okay.
Continues.
I'll hold out as long as I can until they're gone, and I don't want to get too far out of range or anything. But I've got a lot of range though. But when they safely pass, I will say I think they're gone. Give them some sort of.
And the rest of the party, you do all see this. You have pointed this out. You see this line of torches, kind of like they would have hit them by now, and they keep going.
Can I send my pseudo dragon out?
Yeah, it's a new thing you can do.
I can do that.
Can you see through its eyes?
It can send sensory
Okay.
images and
Yeah,
stuff
nice.
like that to me.
Sweet.
So
But I will let the troops know that they exited
You're a drunk.
when they exit, and then what direction in case.
Okay.
Whatever,
No,
however,
no,
whatever.
that
Jared
takes
Turtles,
by.
just tell me
I
when
wanna see
they're
that.
like when we can start moving again.
Okay.
I'll learn each rally.
Okay, I'll wait until I think they're reasonably far enough away to continue on
Can I
safely.
overcook that piece? No, it's something else.
You kind of put your hand up, and the dragon crawls down from your cowl and just leaps out from the basket, flies down, and you make this psychic connection as you sort of swoop through the tree line at this through this creature's eyes, and it perches on this branch and kind of cocks its head up and starts looking around, and you see these winged creatures, but they have the bodies of lizards, but they have these strange webbed, almost bat-like wings, kind of on their backs, kind of hunching around. A couple of them have torches, and they have those weird swords that you identified for Jeremy. Kind of looking around. Some of them look reptilian and bat, kind of has been melded in one. They have patches of fur on scale, just like mutants, essentially, just freakish mutants, patrolling out in the woods.
As I'm seeing this, I'm gonna kind of just repeat out loud to everybody what I'm seeing. This might be. I'll just say that based on the sword he has, it's probably a safe bet that these are the enemies we're looking for.
Would they need torches though? Or night bound? Would they just be able to see in the dark?
Maybe they don't have blind sight.
They are mutants. They could be affected by something.
We wipe them out or just keep moving? How many of them are there?
3, 4.
Well, either way, I think we should investigate because we won't want them coming up behind us.
Yeah, they could be scouts. I think we should get rid of them.
Well, and you said there's only 4?
Yeah.
There's 1,000,000 of us.
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
Well, do you want to ride the whole force against them, or do you want your team to take these guys on?
Let's just do us.
Okay.
Jesse, just take the shot.
and then he hops off.
Boomerang.
The eagle has landed.
As you guys as your pseudo dragon flies back up, perches back on your arm, Rune says, I have some sailcloths here if you want to take the old halfling plunge. Or if you want, I can have. She kind of steps off a stinger. Stinger kind of crawls up the side of the whale. Or I can have him lower down and just have you guys jump off if you'd like. It's not super loud. That was a joke. He can deflate himself kind of silently.
An SPD.
It's just air escaping. So yeah.
I picture he just goes.
It'll be silent, but man, does it stink.
It's silent. We're deadly.
Why does the forest smell like stale fish?
Sorry, that was me.
I say we superhero landed.
All right. Do you guys want to land land on top of them, land next to them? How do you want to do it?
Absolutely on top of them.
Okay.
People's elbow from the top rope.
What I'm gonna do then is, if you guys want to strike force these guys, you'll put. I'll just have you I'll put them down, and you can make an athletics check. Put your guy down. If you pass that athletics or the acrobatics check, you'll land on your feet. Fail it, land on your ass. And so that's gonna take up your surprise round, is getting back up.
What
So-
if I'm not trying to tackle anybody?
It's just going to be an athletics test to just, or an acrobatics test just to land next to him.
Jared, I need you to cue up Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus.
Oh god. Came in like a rocking ball.
What's one of the most copyrighted songs?
Yeah.
I mean, you
Hey,
I think she would knock on my door herself and be
If
like,
they
all
can
right.
get away with it on chat roulette,
See, I don't know how some of those guys get away with playing all that music.
they just don't monetize their shit.
Oh, that'd
Excuse
be
me,
why.
Jesse.
And are you supposed to get like 10 seconds of it or something before you get stuck?
That's the YouTube thing. Is like you get 10 seconds of a clip.
All right.
If you
Now,
don't
there's-
monetize it, they typically don't strike you. And then on Twitch, if you have your VODs disabled, they typically don't strike you.
Yeah, there's probably something under fair use that you can use a little bit of it, or if you're critiquing it, you can play
Is
it.
that you can play it if you're talking about how the song is.
Yeah, that falls under fair use.
Yeah.
I think Peretta is gonna stay up here and help control the Myrmidons if she sees anything
They're
else.
not going to be engaged in this battle.
Oh,
Jesse,
okay.
you see Jesse is going to hold it back.
No, I mean, in case another troop comes in, like, you know, so they can't get, like, Pinzer attacked or anything while they mop up this crew.
Rune, like, elbows you. Come with me. And she pulls upstairs, zzz, like a fling, and she just, like, motions you on.
Okay, I'll join.
Right. You are on Stinger with her. So you're not super far away. She will be kind of flying around.
Okay, I want to be that eye in the sky in case, you know, might
Okay.
turn sour. I'm not, like, directing his troops to go help them or anything. I feel like there might be another pack of them
I get you.
farting around somewhere.
This will just put you kind of closer if you're needed.
Okay,
Because,
perfect,
I mean,
perfect.
You are the healer, so...
No, that's exactly what I want. I'm like, these guys are hardy enough that they can survive a round or two if things turn sour.
Okay.
Jeremy, we don't need the Wrecking Ball from Miley Cyrus. We need the Reckoning from Nonpoint.
Go ahead and give me initiatives.
That's bad. You don't hear anything about it usually anymore.
They had a song.
I'm gonna be vanilla and take
last
my.
year, I
Well,
think.
you know what? No,
It was
I
okay,
won't.
But
Woo! That's a
after
slippery
Bob and
buzz.
Tom, I don't usually listen to the radio or in the car. I just throw on podcasts.
I like
But see, that would be another great song and a fight scene
You know,
in
I
Werewolf.
will roll. Just
No, can't play that.
I might as well have taken the one, but 7.
I rolled an 8, but I got a plus 10, so.
So, Jesse, what'd you get?
Yeah, my initiative was only
Ten,
plus 2,
Jeremy?
so
9.
Jared?
7.
18.
22.
Alright, so starting from this end,
anyways.
Like a
Micah. Minor. Jared. I'm sorry, no. Jesse. Jeremy. Jared.
I'm showing off your new DM screen
There
and
we go.
initiative order here.
Here's your initiative order.
Woo! The DM bought himself a new toy or two for all of our benefit.
Sexy.
Sexy.
How, if we're right above them, right?
Yep.
How easy for someone without
Actually, you know what?
dark vision to see?
We can go down here.
You will be shooting into darkness. It's going to be you're going to practically be blinded.
I can't
It's just going
stand
to
it.
be 50-50 shots.
Even though they do have torches?
I mean, it's not like a super bright light.
When you see them, we won't see anything in between us and
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
It depends on how dark you might not be able to see where like your arrow is pointed.
Yeah.
At some point, that would be fairly reflexive for
So
pointing an arrow. It's just still seeing the.
Panukaku flies. The shadow covers over. This is gonna be the. I'll say this is gonna be your moment. Are you gonna jump or are you gonna stay? Jump or stay?
Should I stay or should
Jump
I
off the
go
ship to
now?
engage in combat.
I'll jump.
Jump.
Jumping.
On the
Fine,
beat.
fine on B.
I think I'll stay.
Okay.
I'll jump.
Alright. Once you jump,
Jump.
you will have me place your characters anywhere in this area. Minor, you are going to be kind of like above. It's going to be disadvantage on some attacks unless somebody casts like a light spell or something for you.
Hey, my first thought is at least while they're still surprised or whatever, we have to drop on them, I could aim for the torches or.
Should have given you some fire arrows. That way you could at least feel
Alright, those who jumped, I need you for just a
Tracers.
second. Where are you going to be?
Yeah. Hanzo.
I'll start with Micah.
Not in front. I guess I'll kind of aim for the rocks next to me there.
There?
Yeah, or
Okay.
like on top of them.
On top? Okay.
whichever is
Go ahead and give
easier.
me an acrobatics.
18.
That's enough. You do a superhero landing crouch and just put yourself up on the rocks. There's a slight rumbling, but you have your surprise round. Jesse, where do you want to be? Anywhere in this area.
I'll do that corner.
This?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me an acrobatics. Yeah, 20.
Woo!
Get a bonus action when you land. You'll have an additional bonus action. You can take 2. We're gonna be cheating. We're gonna cheat. We're gonna cheat. We're gonna cheat.
You hit the ground rolling, and then you get extra movement.
Jeremy, where do you want to be?
I want to like literally land on top of one of them.
Which one?
Just run really fast when you hit the ground.
So
They're all facing that
They're
direction.
going this direction.
I want the back one.
This one?
Yep.
Ragnar is doing the literal opposite of what Captain Thunderfang did when he stood with the sword.
Give me. Okay, first you're gonna be
Upside
acrobatics.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics. Let's jump.
Nat 18 with a 3.
Okay.
21.
Go ahead and roll this attack with advantage.
6 or 4. 16.
16. Okay. Not even counting this as your bonus action. This is an opening attack. Go ahead and roll your. That's
Nice.
that is a hit. So
9. Is it, let's see, 14 damage.
14 damage. All right.
Actually, hold on. Because I gotta
Hold
find
on. Hold on.
15 damage.
All right. Okay, and that is to number 1.
Does my fiery war... Is it the Warhammer or War Axe? My fire giant hammer, does it? Oh, it does.
It do.
It casts 40 feet of light, John.
That's so now you activate it. That area is illuminated. So
I don't know if that gives minor
Cool.
that'll help you out. That.
any...
What did you? What was it that you did?
His fire
my,
axe.
my hammer is 40 feet worth of light.
Oh, nice.
So just point wherever Ragnar's going.
Well, Ragnar,
No, because then you're going to hit me.
Ragnar just illuminates this immediate area. So, all right. Starting off with surprise round, Micah.
Just picture like a fucking... Basically a meteor.
That's what Jared said. He should have given me fire arrows, and I'd be shooting tracers.
Tracers are legal in Michigan.
I thought they were mostly legal.
Some states, like southwestern states, don't like them because of fire.
I'm just gonna start off easy.
Some states just don't like any ammo, really.
That's true.
And do what's it called matter agitation.
Okay. Do we hit the target that Jeremy already hit?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's con save, right?
Yeah.
That's a nat 4, so that's a failure.
All right.
Well, all right.
He's hit it twice, right?
No, he got 1 free attack.
He hit it and quit it.
Dang it, I was trying to think of a tracer quote from Overwatch. Something about the cavalry's here. I can't remember the first.
Yeah, that was basically it.
Yeah,
Cheeky love.
Oi, bruv.
Oi, bruv.
The army's here.
So yeah, I
That's
kind
the-
of want to
the
reinstall the game
knockoff.
now that I have cable or fire.
Yeah. No, I still play it every now and again. Not for super long, but maybe an hour just to get rid of some frustration for the day or something.
I reinstalled Borderlands 2, played a little bit of it, and then the other day I was like, what do I want to play?
46.
46.
Nah.
You'd probably like Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. It's got heavy D&D references. I'm playing through it right now.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Right.
Probably the best system out of all the Borderlands.
You just thrust your psychic powers at the creature and just it hits it like a
Nice.
wave. Parts of the wings get disintegrated and like parts of the scales and fur kind of burn off. And as it turns, you see like snake eyes but like a bat mouth. Like
yeah, like that.
yeah, like that. Minor.
Alrighty, now I can see what's going on. What's that 40 feet look like?
One more than 39.
So it actually pretty much lights all of them
Yeah,
up.
that
doesn't
does
it?
light up the whole area.
Let's
Good, Andy Twin. Thank you.
Is your name Andy?
It is now.
It can be if I want him in.
Because at Culver's,
Well,
that was one of our,
we're
like,
playing D
custard
and D.
toppings. I cannot count how many times we were crushed up.
Oh my god, I caught that.
Andre's mints.
Beautiful.
Andre's wins.
I'll go with this one first, John.
Okay.
V shall aim, so I get advantage. Yeah, let's sharpshooter it too. Why not? Ooh, there's a nat 17. Plus, oh, I have advantage right now, don't I? I have advantage,
Yeah.
don't I? How about a 27 to hit?
That's
You do have the high ground.
Don't try, Duncan. And then also, give me a strength save.
okay. 10.
That is a fail. Nice. He's gonna be tripped.
Okay. Which creature is it?
The next one. That one.
Okay.
And seeing that this is still a surprise round, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have an auto crit.
I like to think you just got smacked in like the shoulder with an arrow that literally just made him go.
And he's pinned to the fucking ground.
Oh, I don't need to aim. I have advantage because I haven't acted yet. So, all right, but it's still an auto crit. Ooh, nice. So 17 on the dice, double that to 34 plus my 15. So what's that? 49?
Yeah.
49 damage.
Okay.
It's the equivalent of werewolf where you're rolling 12d10s for damage.
Alright. The creature like splays out. The torch goes spinning off, and then it gets doused by like some high grass or something like that. Rolls through the kind of the brush. And so it's the light sizzles out.
I'll go for the next one.
Okay.
To my right, your left.
Mhm.
Oof. Double sixes, but I'll still be a 16.
16 meets.
Meets nice. Oh, I have an well, I'll just sneak attack once per round. Okay. Give me a wisdom save.
And you're attacking the next one in line, right?
Yes.
That's gonna be a 18.
Ah, I think pass. Okay. Well, let's look at that. I was trying to goad him so he'd have disadvantage on all attacks other than me. Right. But he succeeded, so. But I still auto crit. 26, 41 piercing.
Okay. Alright.
And then I have 3 attacks now, don't I? Yeah, I have 3 attacks altogether. So I'll just shoot at the same one this time.
Okay.
The one I just hit. A 9 and a 9, so 19. That'll hit.
Okay.
It's 18.
That's 18, yeah.
That's low damage, so 17 piercing.
Okay.
Nice.
Alright.
If I really wanted to max out these crits, I'd action surge and go 3
Do
more
you still have
attacks.
any condition rings, Jared?
Yeah, I'll find him.
I'll put some bloodied ones down. He's bloodied.
I'll find them for you on one condition.
Alright, next up, Jesse. So you have an extra bonus action this turn.
You have a boner action.
You do.
How did you know? Oh, wait.
What?
Noontime.
I seriously wonder if that was picked up on the speakers.
I'm wondering if it was
On
real
the
or
microphone.
What, those barking spiders out on my porch?
Brock, did you hear that?
Your barking spiders, you just see a doctor.
They're tarantulas.
They might have ripped you a new hole.
Bloody.
Down
I hate to see
in
what web
a
that
hole.
thing left.
First bonus action.
When was the last time you saw a brown web?
Second bonus action.
You've heard of dark web. Now introducing brown web.
There it is, Jared.
Yeah.
Heard it.
Cast Hex on the bloody one.
Yes.
There's a clip.
It is a permanent. It is now on the internet forever.
Does he get a save for that?
Not when it's cast.
Okay.
By the way, as a druid, I know poison gas now, apparently.
The wasp, you're out. It's like, eh, eh.
Yeah, it just starts sinking slowly.
Doesn't get a save on it.
Dude already fell. Our rune already
But
just
I
like,
do-
No, it just
I do
curls
choose
up like they.
Oh yeah, like
Disadvantage.
Like I'm this close to Kenobi and Executor.
How?
What do you mean how?
Yeah. How?
Just farming both teams at the same time.
I'll do wisdom.
I
Yeah.
should get them all to relics.
Alright, there's your bonus actions.
well, right. And then that takes flipping forever.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. It took me like to get
The hardest part is getting him to
Yoda.
8. The hardest part is getting them to 8.
Right, and you had to do that on 3 people. I'm pretty sure.
I think.
2 attacks with drowned.
Oof.
oh no.
Oh
Sag.
wow. Okay.
A 1 and a 2.
What would you
So just between the landing and the casting, you just kind of do like a spin, and you just kind of spin on either side of him.
Just gotta do Kenobi and Yoda to 8.
But you do a couple thrusts on the defensive. Jeremy, bonus action.
Ah!
Or surprise round.
Is it my surprise round or is
Surprise
it
round.
my first turn?
Surprise round.
Okay, cool.
That attack was free because you tackled him.
Ah! So do I get my full action?
Yes, you get a full action.
like I should talk.
Do I have advantage? No.
Midas, stop rocking the couch, bud. He's like he's like itching on the couch.
Yeah, he's in there. I
It's
got
like
it.
bucking the couch.
He does it to this one all the time.
I rolled a
Free
23,
vibrate mode.
Okay.
a 15, and a crit.
15 misses.
So we'll do the 13 or 23 first.
The Davenport.
22, 27 damage.
Okay.
And then for the crit is gonna be fucking Christ. 4. 6.
Yep, Brock clipped.
On the crit I rolled 15
Thanks,
damage.
Brock.
15?
Yeah.
12 HP left. So as the creature like rolls around, you
Yeah,
see him
he
like
is.
going to swing one of those swords that you had identified at you, but like you just like bat it out of his hand, and then the other hand just push his head down into his body, like in Doom, when you like pop their head down. So he just kind of like rolls around and falls.
My 3 dice I rolled for my crit was a 2, a 1, and a 2.
Still enough to kill him. So he is down.
Oh, gotcha.
So is that tree.
I
Alright,
take that back,
I'm looking
Micah.
at
I
my
still have the
spells
gear
on
up
there,
Bogan's
yeah.
hand.
Jared.
Yar.
Surprise round.
Um,
You're just vaguely in the air about, I'll say, 40 to 30 feet above them.
okay, that's plenty. Can I sidle to either the front or maybe the side? I'd like to be able to attack, but not hit the wings of this.
You will not do that. That's
Okay.
fine. The way it's
Oh,
set
you
up
will.
position,
Okay,
that
okay.
is not an option.
Okay. I
You
just
had
want
to
to
like,
make sure.
turn behind you and cast at it.
Okay, great, perfect. That's what I want to know because I fire and insect wings. Yeah.
I'm not going to be a dick DM and be like, well, you're the way you're mounted.
Actually.
Okay. I'll just throw. They're all kind of effed up now, aren't they?
Jeremy just killed one.
Oh, yeah.
Jesse and Minor are attacking that one right there. That one's just tripped.
Okay.
The front one is in like now just turning around to see that his squad's being attacked.
The front one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna launch a firebolt at that one.
Okay.
Really get his attention.
All right. Go ahead and attack.
Okay.
See, now we're getting the tracers.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, yeah, good point. It'll draw your attention to him. Plus 9 to that is going to be 23.
Hit.
Okay. Then
Brock said yes, he heard it.
Ah,
he
good.
did.
Glad the internet's part of our fun.
Yes. 1, 2.
I just told him to be glad he can't smell it.
10.
I mean, it was in the other room. I can't smell it.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, like you can smell it. I left.
We're all glad we can't smell it, Brock included.
24 fire damage.
Fire damage. Alright.
And then continue moving however the bee shall move.
It's just, you're just be doing circles, essentially.
Okay, no, perfect.
You're a gunship.
Yep.
Bee ship.
Around the perimeter,
Alright.
a circle, or around the
Survivors and
survivors
perimeter
and
create.
yeah.
Alright, we're back to normal turns. Micah, you were first.
I hadn't even considered that when I was attacking. Oh,
He's
I'm marking
bloodied
these
and
things
what?
for these guys.
There's one of those. He's bloody, and then the other one is what?
Just prone.
Okay. I guess I'll start an opener on the one that's prone there.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll just be a con save for
Okay.
matter agitation.
Net 20. So it does pass.
He do it. So, all right.
Alright.
Yeah, no, I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. Minor, you're next.
Oh.
As Hanukaku kind of starts to curve around, her and Rune are going to be doing like a semicircle around the area here.
Nice save on the whale name, by the way. Panukaku. It does sound like it's not silly at all.
Those are delicious too. Panukaku, it's a custard-based pancake. So good. I think I'll just attack the one that's already bloody. Let's just get rid of him.
Good. Good thinking.
I will aim this time. Oh wait, no, they haven't acted yet, have they?
No.
I still get advantage.
Yeah.
And it's...
And it's funny because they got the same number as you, but you get a little bit faster than they did, so they're going to be going next.
28 to hit. I'll just stick to some regular damage here. 16 piercing.
Okay.
I'm guessing he's still up.
Yep.
Next arrow. Ooh, nat 20.
Nice.
See that? Nat 20. Confirm.
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 Confirm correct.
That is so good, that beer, dude.
4. Okay,
I'm not a case of it.
You almost don't taste the beer part of it.
19 piercing.
Okay. With that shot, you pierce the creature's chest, and it fizzles into ash. Falls.
I was gonna say, can that last arrow hit it right in its heart? Like I'm staking it with a wooden arrow?
And it is gone.
I'll switch my last shot to the one Jared shot.
Okay.
Well, that's still standing.
And I will transfer that hex
Hex.
to one of the other ones.
Which one? Prone or not prone?
You-
Prone.
You get advantage on melee attacks against those prone. Of course, I don't know when they act. You probably act before
Next.
you. Yeah, okay, so.
He just does the thing where he points.
27 to hit.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a go. 21 piercing.
Okay. Arrows find their mark.
And that is all.
Alright. As the creature gets up, stands like the arrow that you shot it with gets pushed out of its body, and the wound starts to close.
Pulma Lucius.
Yeah.
Lucian, excuse me, Lucian.
Need some fire on that.
These two creatures are going to engage you in melee combat, Jesse.
Melee.
They're going to bring two of those notched swords up with the big fangs on them and take swings.
Why? Because it's not your turn.
Oh.
Pulling out the crappy puns tonight,
First
people.
attack is going to be at an 18.
Just
we put him away.
I was gonna say, yeah, just today.
We have no shame here.
And
That's
then a 17.
misses.
Okay. So the first one kind of slams. Oh, that wasn't one of a multi-attack. Let me roll the other one. One hit on there because it was greater than that. So they both hit you once, but you're able to deflect both with drown. It's going to be...
Seeing that puns are never judged as a quality joke, then clearly you have to go for quantity.
Throw enough poop at the ball and see what sticks, right?
The first one is going to be a relatively light strike. It's going to be 9 slashing damage and 4 necrotic, so 13.
I have resistance to necrotic.
Okay, so you can feel this pulling life force out of you, but because of your resistance, it pulls half as much. Which is good, because then
So
it produces
instead of 4, it does 2.
2, and then I only get 2 temp HP.
And that was 9.
Yep.
So,
Yes, the baseline warriors in this tribe have HP sucking swords. I am not fucking around anymore.
Oh yeah.
as a reaction, I will Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, that was the Black Dragon one, so.
Is there a difference between them?
He's not hexed. Is that a
Can
thing?
you do me a favor?
They both hit you once.
It won't matter for
Okay.
this. Because it's a dex saving throw.
8.
No.
Just
He's going to take. He's going to take 3d10 fire damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll that. I'll get your other damage all queued up here.
4, 6, 8.
8.
Yeah. Low rolls.
Okay.
So, encountering these things tonight.
The next, sorry, just one hit.
Oh yeah, no. Do what you got.
That's all good. I'm almost done. 13 slashing and then 1 necrotic. So 14 total.
There, I fixed it.
What?
It's not hellish rebuke, it's heckish rebuke.
Heckish rebuke. Okay, what was the question?
you wrote.
Oh, I was just gonna say, facing these things tonight has made me really realize how much I miss D&D heroes, like the Wanty,
Yeah.
like you get further in the game. But
Yeah.
that was a heck of a just top-down
It was. It was a good game.
level up everything, and then X-Men Legends on top of that.
I'd like to
Damn.
propose to you something that just blew my mind a second ago.
What's that?
Han Solo showed up on Vader's Death Star hours after Alderaan was destroyed. On his ship he carried Vader's son, Vader's daughter, Vader's astromech, the protocol droid Vader built as a kid, the Wookiee who saved Ahsoka's life, and literal Obi-Wan Kenobi back from the dead. Vader must have been very, who in the Mustafar was that fucker in the vest? Then something like a day later, he sneaks up on Vader, one of the greatest pilots in the galaxy has ever seen, in what essentially is a heavily modified 18-wheeler, and shoots him in the ass. And then it's the picture below that is when Han's pulling off his like piloting glasses,
Oh, yeah.
gloves, looking at Leia, and he goes, sometimes I even amaze myself.
Jesse, it is your turn now.
I never fucking realized that.
Oh, alright, I will attempt to attack the hexed one again.
Okay. That's better.
Well, the 2 isn't. But the 10 will become a 21.
That's a hit.
Okay. Oh, and a d6 necrotic.
Means I gotta make a trip to Horrocks. See if they have that.
Okay, so 5, 11.
I was just staring at 2.
12,
I like to call it Slutstone.
19.
Call it
11,
Slutstone.
30.
30. Alright. Nice. Solid, like, you just puncture through, like, the chest of this creature and pull it out. And this black blood, like, shoots out of the wounds and just... But you can immediately tell, even, like, you pull it out, like, the wounds are starting to close.
Oh, one of those d8s was radiant.
Oh, then they don't.
Okay. One was cold, one was radiant, one was normal.
Alright, next, Jeremy. Oh, I like these cards. These are nice. I dig them.
I was confused for a second because you pointed at Mike and he said, "Next, Jeremy." I'm like, wait, what? No, I forgot about the cards there.
He did that earlier. He was like, and
What's-
Jesse, and points at me. and
What's the
I'm like,
magical effect on this one?
Hex.
Wrong one.
Yeah, he takes extra necrotic from me, and he has disadvantage on wisdom saving throw, or well, wisdom checks.
You didn't say just
He's gonna have disadvantage on staying alive now. So, he's gonna 3 attacks his way, John.
Okay.
With advantage. 14, 18, 18.
His regeneration is not.
Now it's just a test to see if you remember where the everyone else is on the.
Lowest I roll was a
Oh,
7.
I still have the old initiative tracker just for me now. So. But this is kind of for you guys, so you can like, oh, who's in order for us?
If you got to make a pee break, you could be like, I'm in 4 turns, so.
I was thinking about this, like just keeping a blank card, as like you don't know what it is, but there is something in that spot between. But
You can always surprise pop it in there afterwards or something, you know. But
All right, John.
If this was
You got a lot of dice
campaign,
coming your way.
you'd be like,
Good.
I'm ready
Lowest
to
I rolled
fire.
was a 17.
He's playing
also, if
smoke
this was a
patch.
front face, if this was a front facing, I could put cards here too. But like, it's just this is basically the one side you guys are gonna see. So
I'm rolling 3d12 and 66.
good.
whoo,
Yeah.
skadoosh.
He's gonna love werewolf.
5,
Yeah.
8, 11, 22, 34, 36, plus 8 is 42.
He's still alive.
Ow! Okay.
It was the winged one, right? The
one with the
that's
hex.
Okay, yeah,
So aren't they all winged?
they are. It was the weird one, right? You hit the weird one.
Are they all winged, or am I losing my goddamn mind?
Yes. But you just like a solid like tree chop, axe chops to the back of this thing with your hammer, just like crunch, and like scales and blood flying off. But even like once you stop, or no, that was the one that you hit. You hit. Yeah, that was when you turned off his regeneration. So yeah, never mind. Yeah, the blows go through.
Regenerate this.
Regenerate this. Jared.
Quick perception check to see if there's anything else coming in from the area. Dirty 20.
No.
Okay. The one that just took a bunch of damage from Jeremy, can I pop that with a firebolt?
Yeah.
Okay. Nat 18 with a 9 kicker, I hope, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then 14, 15, 16, 17 fire damage.
18 fire damage. Okay. He is partially skeletal, as like his back has kind of been blown. Like your firebolt hits, whoosh, and then like his dead flesh kind of like ignites, and like you can see his whole back of his like rib cage, and like the undead organ still beating inside of him, and he's just like trying to like heft the sword to hit something.
What is this new sensation?
Back at the top, we're up at like a.
Yeah, we'll just continue here.
Okay.
Wait.
Which one's worth looking more dead?
More dead.
That is bloody.
Is it more fair to roll 3d12 and 66 rather than just 60-12?
No, because the more of the d6s you roll, the higher your base is going to be.
Your minimum
Yeah,
is
your
goes
higher your
up,
minimum is
yeah.
going to be.
Yeah,
I'll
minimum with
I'll
1d12 is
aim for
1,
one in
minimum
the
with
back,
2d6 is 2.
The one that's not bloodied?
Yeah.
Okay. What you going to do? Matter of agitation?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always grab my d20 like I have to roll something.
He got a nat 2, so that's a hit.
Balls in your hand.
I also looked for a pair of metal dice at the con. I couldn't find one this year. There was a lot of booths.
Really?
I just didn't find one that called out to me.
I want actual bone. dice.
You can.
I didn't see any
Yeah.
bone. I saw stone. I saw metal. I saw.
They always have those like meteorite ones
Yeah.
too that they sell down there.
Good God, I want to know how much those cost.
Yeah, no, they're yeah.
The,
pretty
the
penny.
solid,
See,
the solid metal ones I saw that were like of high quality were like $150.
See, these I think were like 80.
They were good quality. They were really good looking dice. The ones I almost got were called parchment, and they were gold. Like they weren't actual gold, but they were like gold with like a white inlay. It looked really cool.
Yeah, I see dice come up on Facebook every so often. Like, man, those are pretty.
Every so
Yeah.
often, it's like every time I scroll, man.
Yeah.
I actually saw a booth for the people that do like the Cthulhu themed sets. They're called like the Arcane Wonder or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I remember.
Oh, I was so close to getting a Yog-Sothoth set. They were so cool. But
Was Wormwood there?
yes,
Yeah.
with their $4,000 gaming table that I wanted to buy.
Well,
Oh.
49.
49 damage.
Yeah, those handcrafted dice just keep getting better and better every year. I feel like it's like I might need some too, but I got so many.
Or a new hobby, start making your own dice.
Completely
A lot of people have.
vaporizes.
I
You
don't-
get a
I don't
second
know if I
review
have
as
it.
you
The
vaporize
ability
this creature
to,
with your psychic ability. You see
I respect those
this
who do.
cavernous, like ruinous city, like at the bottom of a chasm, like in the moon, like super high up in the air. And like the last thing you see through this creature's eyes before it just disintegrates is a large bat and a creature stepping off the bat, and like all the UNT like backing up, and that's it. That's the last image of this thing's mind you get before it just. All right,
Well, that's me.
Minor.
Just the one left.
One left.
And
So- I don't know if you've listened to enough of the Glass Cannon podcast. That Joe is terrible at rolling dice. He's always rolling single digit, almost always.
Yeah.
It's a running thing. So they finally came out with their own dice set, and instead of one, it just says Joe.
That's funny.
All right. Yeah. Let's lob an arrow down at this guy.
All right. Get above 16. He's got 3
I
HP
will-
left.
All right. I'll aim, so I have advantage.
And Jesse turned off his regeneration, so.
Ooh, nat 19, so 29.
Yep.
Sweet.
Arrow just sinks right into the skull.
Yeah, that's 20 piercing.
Yeah, you have 3 HP left.
Do you want to share a Gen Con beer?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll go
sounds
for
good.
it. Split one. Anybody else want to sample the Gen Con exclusive beer John bought for us?
Pretty good.
Just a small, tiny sample, I guess. I don't need
Okay.
a whole lot.
yeah, I'll take a sample.
Jesse?
I don't really care for beer.
Okay.
The creature just drops and then. Eyelash. The creatures, as you look at them, as they kind of like sizzle away, you can tell that these were not human. They were most likely UNT that had been changed somehow into these creatures. But they matched the bat. Like, you do find, like, in their clothing that they were wearing, there were like some loose armor, like necklaces and stuff. You do find a bat, like, talisman that's been carved out of wood, like a crude, like, large fang bat.
Culprit.
Like what we do in Shadows. Bat form!
Bat. Human form.
With that, Hanukaku kind of lowers one down, like kind of repositions, Rune lands, and kind of pokes through the remains. It says, "I think we're getting close. But these are obviously some kind of creature tied to that being."
Well, the swords look to be the same we found back in Honko.
Yeah, it's weird vampiric swords. Let's get rid of those. I don't want those laying around. Then she kind of puts them in a pile, pulls out a small vial, pours like a sizzling liquid onto the ironwood, and sort of starts to eat it away. Pulls some acid, pours some acid on the swords, and starts to melt them down.
She just dropped acid.
Man, you've been really just like on top with this. haven't you?
Yeah.
It's been a while. I gotta get all these get all these in.
But yeah, as the the patrol kind of meets up with you, and it says, "I think we could have taken them, but we appreciate the heads up on that one." Because I mean, we're warriors, but man, those are weird creatures.
Well, given their regenerative abilities, I think we were equipped best to handle them.
It's a lot easier from up here too.
John, I wanna-
Oh, good.
I want to remove the head of one of these.
You can fish out a skull, but they're mostly just.
Oh, they go to Ash.
They Ash, yeah. But I mean, there's an intact skull.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, pick it up. It's like a.
He's like
Snake's-
I'm the head hunter, not the skull hunter.
It's like, you ever seen a snake skull? It's like that, but it's like got almost a distended jaw. It looks like
Make a puppet out of it.
it almost looks like bone has been added to the creature's like structure.
Joke's on you. I've been just trying to make a puppet show. Just trying
Listen.
different characters.
This entire 15 years we've been playing in Dark Sun.
Yeah.
It's gonna all culminate in a giant puppet show.
Yep.
He's gonna retire.
I'm here to suck your blood.
Probably wouldn't be the first time.
But with that, you guys can kind of get your movement back up again. and start to go. Thank you, sir.
No, my kind DM. Kind, please. Not wrathful.
I'll just pass that one over.
Oh, yeah.
That way.
Perfect. Thank you kindly.
Oh,
Cheers to the Dragon Ale of Gen Con. Thank you,
Cheers.
John.
Thank you, Sun King. Thank you, Gen Con.
Jesse over there doing some hard coke instead.
Those are my kind.
Hard cherry Coke.
I like it. It's a little bitter.
That's what I
But I
said.
enjoy it.
My kind.
Yeah, that's not bad. No, that's good.
Yeah.
I can tolerate that level of bitter.
It's fine.
It's fair.
You've been gaming with us for years. You can handle a lot more than that.
I don't chew on my Advil.
You guys can kind of climb back up on the whale and continue your night flight.
Flight by night.
Bye bye night. Oh, wave.
Brock's also in chat. Cheers.
Cheers. You guys keep flying.
God, that's gonna be stuck in my head. Flight by night.
About another hour goes by. Give me another perception test, whoever wants to take the next watch.
oh man, my dice away.
How about a 23?
That'll do, big.
28.
Damn.
I
Beat my
rolled a
plus.
20.
Oh, I was gonna say, I got a plus 12.
As you are kind of both like looking out over the edge there, Micah, you can spy a little bit closer as you're getting to the large canyon where this thing is supposed to be. You can see like 4 lights that way, another 6 lights that way, and like other rustling movement kind of like all around. So it looks as though like the rim of this large this large canyon where these ruins are supposedly is like actively being patrolled.
Are we just up on this thing playing I
Hey.
Spy with my little eye?
Would you say that they've been given a job, John?
This reference is going over my head.
No, I think I know.
job.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yup.
I didn't say it. I wasn't gonna say it.
I knew where that was going to.
You know, not everybody enjoys the rim job, but some tolerate it.
Hey, some people just like their salad toss.
Hey,
As long as we never go ask them out.
That's
yeah.
just what I was gonna say.
I prefer a rusty voucher.
Sometimes in the heat of the moment, though.
Oh, that's disgusting.
See, no, I've seen Clerks 2, but not Clerks 1.
But also, you also realize as
I
you
knew that
sort
would
of
irritate
crest the top of this thing, that you are casting a shadow. The moon is casting like this whale shadow, and it's going to kind of drift over this ruin. And as you look into the ruins, like there are like it is like a small like ball of light kind of erupting from this thing as torches all.
Do we
throughout
want to set down
spots.
soon? Very soon?
I mean, you're going to cast a shadow over the city, so probably.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I said. We probably want to set down, like, now, so we don't...
would probably be a
alert
good
them.
idea. But before you guys land, you with that 25 spot 2 things. This city
Also flip flopped.
has 2 would-be entrances that you can spy. This is a sheer cliff face drop throughout most of the going down. It's about 120 feet down. But
That's on roll 20, right?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
At the southwest side, you can see a tower, like a stone tower, kind of jutting above the jungle line, and you can see a stone stair leading at the bottom of the canyon. So there's a structure that leads to a staircase that leads to the bottom of the canyon there. Also to the south, in this small little copse of buildings, growing adjacent, out like a large bonsai tree from the side of the canyon, is like a 200-foot tall, almost redwood-sized tree, branches splaying out.
Sheesh. Could you do a brother a quick favor and drop the players on that map?
Yeah.
Thank you.
The 5-bit city.
That way I can show everybody on the stream. Thank you kindly.
John? This is going to be a Rocknar moment here.
John? Hey. Step on my toes.
Hey, you haven't thought of it yet. But
To be
what was
fair, you
one
were
way we
cracking
could drop
pun
in on
earlier.
those enemies? we could go the halfling way with
Yeah.
these big sheets.
Yeah,
So we got entry into this city anywhere we want, right?
it's true.
That's some
You
good
can
thinking.
see. Before I'll say if you would like, you could do like a slow like descent before you go down, or if you want like Panakaku to just flat out land right now, you can. But you get a quick glimpse of like what the city itself looks like.
All right, I'll just, probably Malagaz and I will point out, hey, we got entry points here and here that we see, but we could parachute in. We could be some paratroopers if we wanted to.
Well, there's more than 2 of us. Not a pair of troopers, after all.
You do also realize that your men, Jesse, are going to
That's
be
what I
like,
wanted.
kind of stranded at the rim of this unless they can take either get to that tree and descend down the side of the mountain off that tree. Because it's like it is from like the base to like the top, so it'd be like it's possible, but you'd be climbing down a gigantic tree into a canyon. Or they could try to take that structure that leads to the stairs to the southwest base.
We're probably gonna have to land anyway, so he can give instructions.
Yeah.
So, not that we couldn't land and then lift off again and jump in.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take the structure.
You want to tell your men to take the structure?
I'll go with them.
Okay. So I'll see you guys land a
So-
safe distance away.
Because we could also turn it into like a fortification. You can't really do that with a tree.
So you guys land Panakaku.
Dare say, that's what they did.
What's that?
Turned a tree into a fortification.
Yeah, pretty much what we did.
Look what good I did.
He wasn't there. You were
Right.
here.
As you guys kind of
Fortification
gather
on
around,
hardwood.
the Myrmidons, the forces are kind of all converged around Panakaku as he deflates back down to his. I'll say he's semi-inflated, so he's kind of just got a droopy boy.
He's
half-
he's
half
flaccid right
Yeah, he's
now.
flaccid right now.
Like pushing rope.
He's biscuit right now.
And then you see Rune puts like a little feed bag over Stinger's head, and he like sees a little proboscis going down and eating some kind of like sweet liquid. But
I was just like that word, proboscis.
I have a joke.
I don't believe you.
Why does the rooster not like to give cunnilingus?
why does the rooster not like to use kind of like this?
Because chicken pussy tastes like shit.
Okay, moving on.
Yes, very sad. Anyway.
It's very sad. Anyway, so your men are kind of positioned. They realize like, well, there's how many? There's like 30 of them. Let me say
What?
the number of Myrmidons you have with you.
Oh, more than that.
I'll have to double check on my notes. To the notes.
So how,
2/3
Consult the
at
book notes.
freedom,
Amendments.
1 to protect the city.
Check out this badass Gen Con.
so
I left the majority of the cultists.
when you pass away, what's the last part of your body to stop working?
At the keep, and
Your eyes. They dilate.
I took all the
That's
drown.
right. I think I saw this recently. What was it?
Good, good. Let the hate flow through you.
I just
trying
to
to
down
do
my
it.
number of this. Do you happen to have it?
And now you're just thrilled
I have the
about
numbers
those,
what
aren't
I
you?
started with.
As
That
you're
would be
tuning
good.
everything else out.
Yeah,
When we left Ballot, there
delivery
were.
goes.
I'll just use
Usually by a doctor.
there were 40.
If an alcoholic is trying to quit drinking, what's a candy they could eat to get
The Myrmidon
the taste.
had a total of 200 troops.
Twizzlers?
70%
It's
were
licorice.
infantry, 10% archer, 20%
That one's pretty
cavalry.
good.
So let's just
I
ballpark
like
it
that
right now
one.
until we can figure out an exact number. Because I'll go back and watch the episode, and I'm pretty sure we know the exact number from that last one. We'll say 400 is your total right now. So 1/3 of 400 is about 120. 1/3 of it, like 140.
Bad taste.
I really need
It
my
would
snare
be
drum
about
on here, but
1/3 of 400
Yeah.
would be about
I like
130.
the big argument about how to properly
Okay,
fortify.
135. So you have 135 soldiers out here in the.
My thing is,
Out here in the jungle. like
I'm a
mounted.
firm believer of
Like
it.
someone mounted, someone on the
Kind of
ground, like
weird.
whatever. You got your
I
command.
was gonna say, doesn't it depend on what kind and what shape of the glass is?
How do you want them
Supposed
to
like, there's this
do
huge thing.
this?
on
Do you want them
TikTok,
to
like,
attack during the
bartenders
day?
are
Do you
like,
attack
"No, you
during like right now?
Most
Like
people
pull off?
think that what you gotta do is head's bad, so you tip the glass and you slowly pour.
Yeah,
You should
go
get
during the
minimal
day,
head.
so have
He's
double
like, the
advantage.
proper way.
Okay.
He's
they're-
like, watch what
they're
this
neck
paper
bound,
cloth
so-
does. And
Okay.
he dips it in a beer that he
I essentially
slowly
just like
poured.
whatever orders to
Basically
them that
just
they're going to
carbonates
carry out.
and carbonates.
Oh.
And he's basically saying that yes, you're getting more beer, but that's also more filling in your stomach. You're getting more bubbles.
That's true.
And then he's like, but if you just hurriedly pour it in there, a lot of bartenders, you'll notice that they'll know what they're doing if they do this. And he's
Yeah.
like, now put the paper towel on that one. It doesn't soak anything up. It's got like half head, but it's
Yeah.
also not, it doesn't have any bubbles in it.
Well, isn't it? And I'm such a rookie on the subject, but aren't some beers like nitrous beers? You want the head to unlock the full flavor.
Right.
Like you pour it twice, basically. You get the head, let it
There's
go
an
down, and then do it
argument
again.
on that too, yeah.
And then like
Yeah.
Guinness, you want head, but you also don't want like head.
Yeah.
So
You also have to chew that beer.
Maybe, yeah.
So you see Jesse's forces kind of like consolidated down, while the rest of you are. I'll say you're able to find like a small hillock to like look down, kind of into the city here. If you would like a perception, if somebody could give me a perception test, I can give you a general layout of what you see when you see the city. Because right now you're just kind of like looking at this massive like.
Oh,
It sort of looks like Alaska or something.
There's an at 20, so 32 altogether.
22.
Jesse's heading with his group, right?
No, he's basically he said that they were going to take that tower to the southwest.
Okay, I thought he said he was joining them too.
I mean, I can go with them.
I mean, it's up to you. This is just a thing that Force is going to attack that tower
I'll
that you
go
guys
with
control. And he's going to go with him. With that, you're able to kind of survey this land. You can see that a lot of the ruins that are being like very active right now is there's a long lane here with like a lot of sparse torches. There's a lot of there's a lot of activity right here, and right here is a large like
Like a temple kind of thing.
Mayan, yeah, like stepped temple, and you can see like snake motifs on the sides of it. With that 30 though, Minor, you can also see in the tree there's a fucking 40-foot tall bat.
Sheesh!
In
Like
the tree where
the south tree, the large.
Oh, that one we were gonna climb in.
Yeah.
I mean, we would have found him right off the bat.
Hey,
Oh,
Hey, there
nice.
we go.
No, this bat is like the size of a dragon.
That's gonna bring up your batting average.
It's true. It's true.
And then you can also see some sparse lights in the swamplands to the north, but just very
That's
sparse.
just my business.
So around this
Okay.
area, you can also see a few lights. So it looks like there's a whole bunch of people like in this small temple, like city, the Forbidden City.
So we could hit the bat right away. Just throwing it out there. Or we could work our way around other ways. I don't know.
Because what's the story with the bat? Other than like it's obviously working this, but
As
It's
far
a-
as we know, it's the one. Well, that we can put together. Anyway, it's the one kidnapping all the chieftains and stuff. I'm assuming the troops come in.
But
and
somebody's been
enslave
riding
everybody
it,
else.
though.
well,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
true.
Is it innately evil, or because like isn't it?
Yeah, what was the
legend or
myth again?
something?
It's a generally bad.
It is a legendary creature. It's like a cryptid out in the
Okay.
woods. It says if you go out alone, too deep into the woods at night, the McTalk will find you and take your soul and take it, whatever. That's like the legend. But all the attacks have essentially had this descriptor from Rune and like evidence of a large creature, a large bat creature. And you saw a claw mark in Honko Village with the size of the claws match this creature that was dug into the
I
ground
would pick something up.
pick something up.
Yeah.
And so you do see the scale of this creature matches that like large, like imposing figure. Like I said, it's hanging like deep, like close to the trunk, so that like you could say like, oh, like if the sun came up pretty soon, it would be completely obscured in the sun.
What time is it right now?
It is I would say about 4 in the morning, close to dawn.
Close to dawn. Peretta kind of throws out there, well, we are in a hostage situation. Maybe we should try finding our elders before we alert the entire encampment. Plus, the sun will be out soon. Plus, we can find shelter from the bat and fight the ground forces. I think divide and conquer, a little bit of patience might be our key here. And who knows, they might all retreat once the sun comes out and we'll be a little more free to investigate. I think a direct assault right now would be very much folly because they still have power over us. I think the sun will be our turning tide, give us something of an advantage. But she's mostly concerned about the hostages right now because if they feel like they're in a losing position, they'll probably just kill everybody and cut their losses.
As long as Jesse's forces know they might get harried by that bat if we don't take care of it right away.
Well, they're gonna be fighting inside of a structure,
Right.
like the temple that leads to the stairwell that leads out to the valley. So,
I'm just saying that, the bat might harry them at some point in time if we, Not saying we have to take it out right away, but, if we don't, that...
We have long-range capabilities.
Yeah. I figured you guys could handle it, but as long as they knew that that's something they might have to deal with.
So anyway, that's
Maybe at
Peretta's
least be
suggestion
prepped for
is
it.
little covert until we can at least figure out where the chieftains are all being held. Should they still be alive?
you still have 2 hours of night, and you can shapeshift.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go in for a closer look, that is something that you can do.
I would gladly volunteer. I just want to confirm with the group a plan before jumping into this.
I mean, I guess it does make sense to wait for day and then, as you said, divide and conquer, or slowly work our way through. Best, to find the elders.
Yeah, I think doing it during the day, regardless.
So we have landed, correct?
Yep, you have landed a short distance away.
Do I know this a creature with a powerful sense of smell that I could shapeshift into?
I'll say yes. We'll go a big ground mole.
Perfect. I'm going to remove the journal out of my pack that I had of my chieftains,
Okay.
and then I will.
You always stick that in the bag of holding?
Yeah, when I'm done, Snafu, please put this in your bag of holding. I'll collect it from you later. I'll set it on the ground. I'll shapeshift into this mole, and I'll take a good long whiff, and then let him take the book afterwards.
Smells of rich mahogany.
As you kind of burrow down in, starting. Do you want to get down to street level? Like, how do you want to do this?
Seen from up above, what would look like a solid structure where they might keep hostages?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of buildings. Like, you're looking at a city.
Okay, I guess where most of the lights are.
The most lights are on the back wall.
Back wall?
Yep.
Okay,
To the far west. And you guys are by the lake right now.
I will make my way that way,
Okay.
being careful to track.
Okay.
I was gonna say, logically, it'd either be the biggest building or from observing the most fortified.
That's what I'm thinking. The most activity is probably all the guards and stuff that could be locking down.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay. If it helps, I'm still wearing those boots of silence.
You're a mole right now. You don't have boots on.
Okay. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. All right, and then I didn't know if those were innate in my animal forms or not.
They could be moleskin.
Oh. All right. Stealth +7 will give me a 21.
Okay. With relative ease, you're able to ease your way down into the canyon. You kind of burrow down, next to the wall, keeping yourself in. And as you reach the base of the lake there, you're in a dense sort of swampy marshland. And it's kind of thick muddish to get through, but you're able to crawl along a trail that you see is kind of staked out, like the black dotted line.
Mm-hmm.
As you get to that crossroads, you see it's a long lane, kind of ancient paved cobblestone that leads to the back. As walking around, though, you see white-skinned creatures kind of walking about along the streets of the night. Some armed, some moving stones, moving various bits of debris around. Obviously trying to dig something out, looks like. As you sneak past most of them with that 21, you get to that copse of trees kind of in the middle. Not the big, large tree, but there's a small, miniature forest of maybe 10 or 12 trees.
Mm-hmm.
You see rope bridges up in the air, like connecting the different trees, and you see a few Yanti snake folk, bottom half snake body, not just the scaled humanoid ones, but the more they can call abominations, kind of slithering along. As you pass that, kind of going more toward the back, you can see that this part of the city is more decayed and in ruin. And you can see these strange creatures with mottled gray skin leaning on spears, about 4 feet to 5 feet tall, lining the walls, and it looks like they have a defensive wall up and around. So you can't really get into that part of the city without trying to bypass that wall somehow.
Would I be able to dig under it as a mole?
It is stone. I would say give me a check on it, because it is, you'll have to dig through rock.
Dig dug your way.
Yeah.
What kind of check would it be?
Athletics.
Athletics?
Say there's a game I never understood, but no, it's Cubert. I could never figure out.
I could never figure out.
I think it was to try to light up as many blocks as you can, and every time you stepped on a block, you either turn it on or turn it off.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
It's
alternating.
Yeah.
How about 16? 16?
16? I'll say you get relatively close. You're able to dig your way underneath one of the large, they're large wooden barricades with spikes pointing out. As you kind of get below, you get the sense with that, poking around your head down here, that this area, whatever these people are defending themselves from whatever the fuck is out there. They are squatters that were kind of
Oh, so
they are not of the same faction.
Okay. Do I get a good look or smell of any of these, or?
Like I said, mottled kind of gray skin. They
those.
They have
Okay.
kind of sunken, beady eyes, but in the night you can see two little yellow
Okay.
like bits. You actually have heard of these creatures before. They're called Gith. They're like nomads. They're slightly psychic.
Okay.
But they're mostly scavengers. They're intelligent folk though. They speak a very decayed form of Dwarven.
Decayed?
He's just saying really old.
Really
old.
Okay.
Okay.
A Cockney Dwarven,
like a living rot sort of
Yeah.
thing. Okay. Excuse me.
Almost a dead language.
Okay.
Not to be confused with the language of the dead.
Right.
Probably no scent of from what I smelled off of the journal.
No halfling scent, no.
No half a sense. Okay. How much time are you gonna give me to do?
It's been about an hour. You have an hour left.
An hour left. Okay.
Moles aren't exactly the fastest lane.
No, I get you. I just don't want to hog up too much time doing all this. I guess I will make my way back, but in sort of a long road roundabout manner, just to see if I can't pick up any other scents. But
Okay,
taking
you
care
head,
to avoid
north?
attention.
You're gonna head north.
Yes, that'd be
Okay.
fine.
As you head north, your scent starts to pick up halfling. And
Okay.
in this far in the halfling
Yeah.
here, you see it's a walled estate, like a large 20-foot wall around what appears to be an ancient stone structure that was probably like a minor palace.
Hey,
you
your
see,
I knew that was
patrolling
coming.
the
As soon as he said it, I'm like, who's gonna say it? Who's gonna point?
As you see patrolling along the walls, you see the white-skinned humanoid creatures. So obviously, some of these blood-sucking creatures are guarding this area. But inside, you see lights, and you also see a small group of halflings. There's two in a stockade outside, really hanging off. They have bite marks on their arms and on their backs and their throat. Just they're still breathing, they're still alive, but they have been drained of
Yeah. Just,
whatever juices they have.
Did anyone bring tomatoes? I don't think we'll get another opportunity like this.
But you do see a few of them at least
Picture box here.
sequestered in this makeshift prison.
okay. On that note, I've gotten what I wanted. I will stealthily head back to the group so we can,
I want to steal this.
maybe do something
Give me
about
one
this.
more stealth check then.
Okay, fair enough.
Just put it in my yard
Okay.
somewhere.
Can work with that. +7's gonna be a 17.
Okay. Okay. You get a couple of close calls, but you're able to like stop and like let somebody pass. But you get back out to the marshlands and start to go back up to the trail that you took up. As the sun starts to crest over the top of the mountain, and you're about halfway, well, the top of the canyon, and it starts to beam some light down, you see a lot of the torches and like the creatures, like the bat creature areas, start to dim down, and a lot of the guard presence start to like go, but they are replaced, as you can see, with Yanti, snake people.
Okay, so they're shifting now. Right.
As you're climbing up the mountainside, however, in the water, you look down and see into the lake, and now the rest of you also see this. Now that the sunlight hits this lake, a snake-type rock formation creature, something at the bottom of this lake. It is a serpent that is easily like 300 feet long. Its jaws could swallow a house in one bite. Lies like its just decayed skull, almost looking like a stone skull at the bottom of the water, like pointed up. And whatever the sky serpent was, this must be the remains of it. It is a massive, dead snake that looks like it's become stone. The scales turn like this rainbow sort of hue of colors that play across the water. So the lake looks like a giant rainbow of colors as the sunlight sparkles off the bottom of the water. It's like that clear blue. Like you see those pictures of like lagoons in the Caribbean where it's like that aqua blue. You can see like all
where it looks fake, that it looks so.
It's
yeah.
like that. It is like pristinely clean. Yeah. You can see like this rainbow scaled like serpent at the bottom of it. So whatever the legends were, that are at least partially right, there is some kind of serpent down here. Be it magical or be it mundane, you don't know, but at least part of the legend must be true. And as you ascend back up to the lip of the canyon, the sunlight, the day finally claims the canyon, and most of the lights in the creature area, the bat creature area, have gone out.
Okay. Yeah, I'll return safely to the group, hopefully, and I'm going to relay all the information. Heck, I'll even go as far as to draw a little map, if we don't already have one, of the Forbidden of what I've seen anyway, and mark out everything. But
so you can point like that building I found that, this building I saw that.
Yeah. But she very much is concerned about the halflings above all else right now. Like, we should do something about them. But anyway, up for the group anyways.
So your point of ingress will most likely lead you, if you take that route to the south, kind of more into neutral territory between the snake folk and the Gith camp. So you won't alert either directly, but the most likely, if there's patrols up, they had to either fly out or pass through that.
Is there potential allies in the Gith?
Could be. From what he said, it seemed like they seemed like a neutral faction down there.
They were defending themselves, so I would assume, if nothing else, they don't want these guys, these troops here either.
Also, one
assumedly,
as you're passing through that hillock to the northeast there, you can see a crude wooden fence had been built around it, and strange frog creatures holding spears were also guarding that area too. There appear to be 4 types of creatures in this cave.
Oh wow!
Okay, so there's
Gith,
the Gith, there's the frog,
the Yanti,
which are the snake bat people.
The Yanti are just the snake people.
Okay.
There are, I'll just call them vampires. There are vampires down there that usually come out at night, and then there are these frog folk, usually called bullywug.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bullywugs. And a kingdom, or at least a village or a fort of them near that lake.
Unless they're not bullymongs.
What's the prominent force here?
Or boner fur.
Give me an insight. Four. 4 total?
Yeah, 4
I'll say with a 4,
I rolled a 1.
either the Yanti or the vampires. They're the 2 biggest. You can see they claim, even with a 4, they claim obviously the largest tract of like real estate in the middle of that canyon.
Biggest area.
Yeah,
They have huge tracts of land.
they do.
So the Yanti and the vampires aren't allies then?
It looks as though they were working together from the description. When the vampiric guards like retreated into the building for the day, they were replaced by snake soldiers.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's just that there's 4 races, but
2 of them appear to be working together.
gotcha.
That giant bat wouldn't happen to be named Marcus, would it?
No, I told you, it's Big Top.
Well, that's right.
Victor.
But with that, the forces that you have, Jesse, are starting to do you want us to proceed with this assault on that fortress, or we can at least get a fortified structure under control?
Yeah.
Okay. With that, they start to kind of move along the southern side of the canyon until they go to that stone structure. The rest of you, Jesse is, I believe you're going with them. Would the rest of you like to accompany Jesse on this venture?
Are we going sneaky or are we going loud?
Just rusty.
Jesse.
There's like close to 200 of us, so I'm gonna say it loud.
Alright, then I'll go with.
I'll go that way.
I'm not gonna help trying to be stealthy.
Where are you ultimately headed with your...
We're gonna take the structure.
The stone steps to the southwest.
Okay, the southwest.
Like, you noticed that was more neutral territory. So.
Right. Trying to establish a foothold, maybe. What do you make of the snafu there, your family, too?
I mean, I think it's especially sound plan because we haven't established any allies down here. And we don't know where everybody's loyalties lie yet.
Right.
If you guys want, we could land Panukaku nearby that building that had all the slaves. And I could try to load as many as I could into the basket. I could hold about, it could, big folk like you, it was kind of a tight squeeze, but we could hold about 15, 20 at least. I could at least get a group of them out.
Would there be a way to obscure Panakaku, make sure that he's not...
I don't really know any magic, but if anybody has any magic that can make anything
Anybody
invisible,
know
that
invisibility? That'd be hilarious.
Just this basket floating through the air. But, I mean, if anybody has an answer for that, I don't really myself.
I mean, part of me kind of wants to see if we can go to the cliff over there, just like with the parachute thing, kind of hang glide into that building. Just to get there immediately, kind of thing.
And there could be more spots too. I mean, this is just
Yeah.
did a 2-hour kind of like quick tour.
Yeah.
So,
Part of me kind of wants to see if we can get the Gith at least on our side. Like, hey, you want to help? We'll help you guys.
Hey, nice city.
Yeah, get these guys
I
cleared
mean,
out
it
of
is
here
a
for you.
large enough place for you to sneak around in. It is a city. It's not like it's a
Like a village or
It's
something.
you can
But
sneak around during the day.
Part of me too thinks like, hey, with that attack going on in that southwest corner, maybe we could stealth in beyond that and kind of work out ahead from that foothold.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be coming in loud, so if anything, we could also work as a distraction.
Yeah.
They would summon forces that way.
The other thing too is like metagaming. Do we want to split the party?
Well, this isn't metagaming. I feel like
Yeah.
our characters would discuss that too.
I mean, I would go to oversee my troops, so then you'd just be missing me, and the rest of you would probably be fine. Because we're also going in during the daylight when we have the advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, even it's not really like a seek and destroy. If you just like go in and get the halflings out, then their plan is essentially thwarted, and then it puts the ball back in our court as far as the retaliation goes.
Say, as of right now, they think they've probably killed every one of them, so or captured every one of them.
Yeah.
They don't know about us yet, so.
For you guys, I would suggest either killing that bat or getting the halflings with the time that we have.
Coretta very much is leaning toward getting the halflings, but she's
I'm
not.
kinda leaning that
She's
way,
not
too.
gonna go alone.
Right. Yeah.
Like if she goes, I mean. But she thinks, again, like I said earlier, like, if at any point they think they're losing the tide of battle, there's nothing stopping them from just slaying everybody, and
Yeah.
that's it. And that's kind of why we're here.
Well, Brune says, like, they don't know we're here.
Right.
Right.
And they if they go out, the only way they're going to know we're here is if we make a bunch of ruckus.
Yeah.
And we're assaulting that looked empty to me. Like, when I was looking at it, I didn't see any lights in the tower. It looks like it's just an old tower. So as long as we don't go crazy and start launching off like a bunch of fireworks, take this slow, take it, a little bit stealthy, we should be fine.
All right. I like the planet shaping up. Kiliani, if you're more than willing to be our distraction, I think that's pretty solid.
Well, I don't think he needs to be a distraction. I mean, we can take this tower. We just take it stealthily. It doesn't have to be. We don't have to blow it up or
No, right. But if he's drawing attention from the south, that just makes our stealth odds that much better. If we're already, in the belly of the beast. But in any event, yeah, I like where this is headed.
Okay.
So who would we want to stealth into that manor so we can see if we can get our half.
I think our first step should be securing that route into the bottom.
Yes. If we happen to come across any of the Gith, then we can have a discussion then, and maybe that'll help
getting
us
a
out.
place where we can sneak out from is probably going to be a good idea first.
Yeah, agreed.
Because I want to rescue my people as much as I want to rescue yours, but I feel us getting a safe spot for them first.
So we want to
this is
clear
all
a
about
path
Planet
to
Smarts.
the. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine. That makes sense.
And if we can get allies with the Gith, it looks like their territory is adjacent to the prison. So,
Do we have any kind of drawing of any idea of the territory, how that would look? Or is that not something we can quite glean from up here?
I can give you what knowledge I have of the northern section here.
Yeah, I say maybe just point
Tell you
us
what.
out to what.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to take the screen for myself real quick. And I'm going to make something that I will shield some information from you that I will have, and you can look at it yourselves. So, I'm going to make a new page. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go to my library.
A library? Library, Troy. Library.
Library.
Oh man, you're mad. Your face is as red as a strawberry.
Right.
Don't have kids, Troy. Is that season 3? Big Scrubs? Season 3? Season 4?
It's been a minute. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Although, now that I'm finished with Always Sunny in Philly, I think I might go back. The Ireland episodes were funny. I don't know if any of you guys have watched the latest seasons.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. Every episode with D waking up. Oh, what in the hell?
The one where they have the discussion about the toilet, the bathroom, how they should separate the two toilets, because like D has the women's bathroom,
Yeah.
but Max started going to that bathroom. Just so fucking funny.
It is. That show has not slowed down. Like, even the last season was just as funny as any other of them.
Alright.
I see what you did there.
Okay. So, you can suss out that even though this is UNT territory, it's close enough to their territory. Gith territory is going to be along that side there.
Okay,
The
yeah, that
vampires
does.
mostly keep to the center spot, and then this whole area appears to be Bullywug territory.
Bullywug. The frog people. Okay, that does actually help out visually.
So we're going right in the territory.
Technically, yes. It's the whole southern city section is theirs.
But they're obviously protecting the vampires.
Yes.
And stuff, so.
Yeah.
And like I said, each square is 150 feet. So like, it's not like you're gonna be like, this is a 10-foot gap. This is like, we can move through this enemy area. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
like Metal Gear Solid, just like sneaking through enemy territory.
Usurp.
Well,
So we start from that foothold, work our way north till maybe we hit the Gith territory, see if we can suss them out and see if we can get them on our side, or at least help on keeping clear of letting us get our elders out.
I mean, their territory is right next to that
Right.
Yeah.
prison.
yeah.
So
And we could probably, at least during the day, maybe minimal conflicts from the other side, so we won't get pincered too hard.
and keep in
Should
mind,
the
I have
Wanti.
Pankaku, so I can fly. I can airlift people out of this canyon, and as long as that bat can't fly up there after me, they can't do shit.
Do we think that bat can fly during the day?
I don't think so. You look and it's still at the tree, like nestled in.
I mean, just because it's
does it
nestled in, it's
possess
possibly
the
sleeping.
capability? Sure. Would it want to willingly? No. Set the tree on fire? We could find out for sure.
Then we're gonna kind of alert everyone that something's here. We lose our stealth.
Well, maybe
Yeah,
that's what the attack
distraction.
from. Yeah, maybe that's what the attack from Jesse and
If
his
anything, that
myrmidons
would
will
probably
provide.
work out because then they will have two directions they have to choose to go to.
Yeah.
Or at least if we can get some information from the Gith, if they know about more about the bat.
If only we had a giant harpoon in which to shoot it.
We flash back. We flash back to freedom, and then like the siege breaker is still there, and it's just like you see 4 fucking dudes like polishing it, like
What? The
testing-
giant that was on our ship.
No,
Yeah.
no.
What?
There's it's a close up zoom in of a spider building a web, and then it zooms out and it's the ballista.
And then it cuts to Ragnar. I miss my ballista.
That's funny. But yes, that's
Before this campaign is over, I'm going to giant shape and fire that from the hip.
all right. I want to see it.
Make it happen.
But yeah, your forces kind of start moving along the southern edge. I figure you have this kind of conversation, like we'll do like smash cuts back,
Yeah.
like, and then we should do this, and like it's like all the forces moving. So as the forces move to this tower, getting closer, you can see it's about 200 feet tall, and then it's like the side kind of builds into the side of the canyon, and then it reaches out a big amphitheater with big steps that go down into the jungle area. So whatever this palace was, or whatever this temple was, has been long abandoned, but still serves its function as an entrance into the city. As your forces kind of get close to the base, give me a perception test.
Everybody?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Everybody.
17.
25.
27.
13.
Also 17.
Jesse, as you're kind of like picking forward, you see that the tower itself, you see it like a lone corpse of a Yanti leaning against the side, and a massive spider web, like between a tower and an other one.
Oh, great.
There's 2 times.
So there's
I was internalizing.
some kind of creature maybe occupying this tower, but
Orcs don't go there.
it looks like
Orcs doesn't know it.
intelligent creatures might steer clear.
Well, that's not us.
Good for us, that doesn't affect
having a bit
us.
of fun.
Well, look after her.
So there's a giant ass spider web built in between the 2 towers,
Yep.
and there's a just corpse.
A Yanti corpse, obviously, has been killed by probably a giant spider.
Midas is
And as you look, you see, like-
vibe right now.
Yes.
Kind of like in the webs.
You said Midas's face is a vibe right now.
That's how I felt yesterday getting home from work.
Well,
I got some other stuff done, and I sat down to finally watch the last
Jarek
episode of season
said,
2
but
Picard.
I'm not afraid of
I
spiders.
think operated hit play, and then I'm like,
What about giant ass spiders?
next thing I know, I'm waking up, sitting in my
I'm not
computer
afraid of
chair. It's
giant
like
ass
10
spiders.
midnight.
How
I'm like,
many asses
"Alright,
are we
guess I'm not watching
talking?
this tonight?
There's a reason I made you my champion.
It's like 9:30, 7 o'clock when I sat down to watch it. Just out.
I'm gonna have okay.
At least
so,
we should know it's unoccupied by people that can alert anybody.
Yeah. Well, as we advance, Jarrett, you, me, and the drowned will take forward positions. Linnaeus will
parts.
cover our flank, but I also will
spider
have her ranged troops focus forward. They will cover us. If you see a giant spider, fire it with
Well, we're gonna have to go inside the structure to get down.
Do you have dominate
we'll have to
monster?
probably clear up 4 by 4.
Yeah.
Damn.
All
How
right.
much longer?
As the doors
grind.
slowly open and the light spills into the chamber, you look up the massive opening grand chamber of this once ornate temple to whatever forgotten god. You look up and just see like a sea of webs, eggs, hanging corpses, and like even the doors themselves, like strands of webbing have been snapped, opening the doors, and you just see like the walls move with some shadowy creatures.
John, change of plans. We're gonna grind the forest till he levels up enough to get dominate monster. Then we dominate
okay.
the spider and then pit it against the bat.
There you
Kaiju battle,
Kaiju
yes!
go. And as we slowly enter into the temple, let's roll call for night.
Woo!
As the forces begin their descent into the Forbidden City to get their foothold in the spider-choked temple, next time we'll see how many legs it takes to freak out Jesse.
to kill a party.
Looks like about 8. So, we'll do 15 experience for tonight. It's kind of a discovery and recon roleplay adventure.
That's a level.
Ooh, that's a level.
That puts me at
That's a level.
95.
Take it. Take it. So what level are you all now?
16 over
Yep,
here.
16.
15.
You're only 15?
And I'm only 25 points in.
Oh, you're a little behind.
A little. It's almost a whole level.
Wait, so what level are you, Jeremy?
16.
Go ahead, just hit 16. That's weird.
I was like, I don't know how I got
Yeah,
it.
As
you
in the
don't have the
city.
same amount of experience.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
probably weren't factoring in missed sessions.
Oh, that's true. That's fine.
Like I'm at 17, but it's because I got that boost.
Yeah, no, you got to level up.
Yeah, that was an in-game thing.
Since that last little fight in the woods, be considered a short rest till we got here, right?
Yeah, you guys had a short rest. Like
Yeah, sure, this is only like 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes to an hour.
reconnoitering all this area too. So
I'm getting mad vibes that Mansions of Madness expansion. Where,
Yeah.
The
I
whole
just wanted
Forbidden City.
like the whole jungle adventure in a
Oh, heck
Forbidden Lost
yeah.
City.
Getting an
That's-
Indiana Jones
yeah.
sort of vibe, too. Heck
But-
yeah.
Yeah, it should be a fun one. That should be a fun one.
No, this is cool. I already like that you've presented us several paths that we could have taken, or still could be taken,
Yeah,
Yeah,
there are obviously things that are labeled on that map that
That's
you did
fun.
not see. So
Yeah.
I am just gonna keep them in the dark. So
Well, to be fair, you really shed a lot of light on the territories. I know it's not exact or anything, but that does, okay, we can at least start plotting accordingly a little bit, but...
But all right, yeah.
All
So
right.
next time we will continue our descent into the city itself and see what's happening in this tower. So
Snakes! Why did it have to be snakes?
we got snakes, we got bats, we got spiders,
I'm sad I didn't get to
frogs.
say.
frogs.
I didn't get to say it's Morbin time.
Oh, we are fighting vampires.
Maybe next week.
I should have when I hit that one.
You know,
time.
if we'd have gone into the Bullywog area and started attacking there, that would have been an amphibious assault.
That's no, you're not wrong. But yeah, so next time we'll continue in and see what happens.
What's everybody's schedule like next Saturday?
I'm off.
I have a tattoo appointment at 3:30, so I should be able to make it. It's in Flint, so
That's not bad, yeah.
Yeah, I don't,
Jesse, do you
I don't
work
know
at all
anything.
next Saturday?
I might have to
good?
work, but I'd be out by
Oh, yeah.
2-3 o'clock.
Okay.
So
So yeah, I guess we'll plan on.
Okay.
Do you need next time?
Yeah. If anything happens, I'll let everybody know via Twitter. But yeah, hopefully we'll all be able to crash.
Just
here
try to let me
soon.
know if you have something going on. Just try to let me know by like Thursday. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Then I can make other plans. So.
Yeah, ditto. But
All right,
okay,
guys.
thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. This was a very fun jump back in after a little break here, and very much looking forward to seeing how this unfolds in the end. But thank you for tuning in tonight, everybody.
Big lore drop for tonight.
Yeah, Brockimus Prime, as always. Thank you for your company and your comments and everything as always.
City of what was it?
And I do know Shanulu's watching out there too, so thank you Shanulu for tuning in. Tuning in.
Thank
He
you, Shanulu.
probably has turned in by now. It is midnight, but anyway, but anybody else lurking or watching us on the YouTube
Kopar
archives?
Kuman, the city of Kopar Kuman.
Kopar Kuman. And what was it?
Sounds
I already forgot. Yeah, I could do
What the hero? Chick Tok Mok Tok.
Anukaka.
Chick Tok Mok Tok.
Whammus and Bammus.
All right, everybody.
Yeah,
Thanks
Whammus
again
and
for
Bammus.
tuning in. We'll see you hopefully next weekend. I'm going to be here Wednesday with more Tiny Tina's, so check it out then. Later, everybody.
Oh, sorry, Chico.
Oh, John, you want to do your sign-off line already?
Yeah. Well,
The wagon rolls on or
yeah.
something like that?
Well, what was it? Well, greetings, weary travelers.
Yeah.
And we'll keep a card on for you.
We'll keep the card
Yeah,
on
keep
for
a-
you.
we'll keep a wagon on for
Perfect.
you.
All right, I can't finish any better than that, so